because I actually, it definitely feels like anti-immigrant propaganda. But
it sure, well, it's so the meta. There's so many potential metaphors in Gremlins. It's unreal.
Yeah,
because
it's
rich.
Like,
is it about having an alcoholic dad? Like, don't you think like the dad is like he's just like a loser alcoholic? Like,
yes.
And it's like, I brought you home a present, and it's like you don't get it wet, don't.
Instead of it turning into a gremlin, he just kicks your ass.
Exactly. It's like, oh God, when dad gets a drink in him, it becomes everybody's problem,
Yeah.
They immediately start torturing the thing as soon as they get it.
Oh yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're not ready.
Dude, I was hyper concerned when he was at the the Curiosity, like the Chinatown basement. And the guy was like, okay, really important stuff here. Don't do this, don't do that. That he wasn't even listening. But then later in the movie, he's like, okay, here's some essential information. So he was listening, but he just seems so like, man, I'm so glad that guy's not my dad. My dad is like a hyper responsible, risk averse person, which I think is the quality that a dad should have. Right. And sure. But this dad is like, like really, really speculative, really, really irresponsible and shitty.
Yeah, he's really nonchalant about the thing when it multiplies. There's 5 of them now. Like, where is
I mean, he's like, okay, like his town is being taken over by like alien spawn, and he's trying to sell an ashtray.
yeah. I would be concerned with when the Mogwai reproduce, just for the sole reason of like, where's all that shit gonna go? Like, what does the Mogwai shit look like? No. Is it like the little bunny rabbit ones?
Okay. Those are Mexicans. That's what they're Mexicans.
No, see, so I think they're Irish. And I've got
what's the difference, Wolfman?
That's true. The difference is Mexicans can take the sunlight and the Irish can't.
I see. Don't get them wet. Don't get them wet.
Don't get them wet. Don't get their backs wet. Don't get their backs wet.
That is where the spawn come from.
That's right.
No, I mean we're gonna.
Hey guys, are we talking about Joe Dante's Gremlins? Is it Joe Dante?
Joe Dante. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, man. Okay, so so I have a thought, because Steven Spielberg was like, I don't know, he was like the executive producer of this program.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, Steven Spielberg cast Francois Truffaut in Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
He did.
And I just feel like I swear to God, I'm not being cheeky, but I just see Truffaut all over this movie. Like, because Truffaut has this grand respect for kids. And he made these movies like The 400 Blows, The Wild Child, Small Change, where there's these big set pieces with like kids, and so that scene where all the gremlins are in the movie theater, I just feel like they're like children. It's very reverent of like youth and like childhood imagination and things like that. And so I don't know, that was a thought that I had. I don't know if it's relevant or if people think it's gay, but I happen to love Francois Truffaut. So
yeah, I like the connection.
I like the idea of him telling Spielberg to like do it.
Yeah. Him being like, oh, Steven, you must make a movie about stuffed animals.
It is a metaphor for the Irish menace.
I knew that Truffaut hated the Irish.
Yeah,
who could blame him?
Yeah.
So did James Joyce. I think he died. I think he died in Paris.
I thought he was Irish.
He was a self-loathing Irishman.
Yeah.
That's
Dude,
right.
Okay, so the only James Joyce I've ever read is Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man.
Oh,
but it's nevertheless my favorite book of all time. Like I haven't read Ulysses. I haven't even really been able to make my way through any of like the Dubliners stories.
mm-hmm.
Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man comes the closest of any book to like the experience of being like a kid.
Yeah.
Mm.
Interesting.
And so I also feel like that Gremlins is inspired by by James Joyce. I do feel that self-loathing Irishman, James Joyce, okay, inspiration for Gremlins, which is about the Irish menace. Thank you, Detective Wolfman.
Yeah, it's just a theory, and I'll make my case for it in a little while.
I mean, is now not the time?
Well, yeah. I'll do the. Let me.
I didn't know there was. I'm sorry. I didn't know we were.
No. No. I wanted it. I wanted it to be like this. This is right. This is all happening as it should. Welcome back to SlothCast. This is our series Drunk on Movies, where we pick a movie that we like, find a booze that pairs well with it. We drink the booze and talk about the movie. I am your host, the Slothman, and with me, as always, are my two co-hosts with the most, Trevor, Mr. Trevor Beveridge. How is the weather, Trevor?
The sun set was incredible. The sky was painted pastel, and being inside on a Zoom with you guys is just as beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Trevor. Hey, by the way, Trevor, I DM'd a girl on Instagram who lives here in Phoenix, who's basically just famous for just having a big, gigantic butt.
Oh yeah.
I DM'd her. I said, "Would you like to go to Las Vegas for a couple of days?"
Great suggestion.
No response so far.
Well.
Did you tell her you knew Trevor Beveridge?
Oh my God. Well, okay, I made a grave error. I did not.
You buried the lead.
I'll rectify.
Yeah.
I'll rectify immediately.
Yeah, I
buried the lead.
I have shown a few luscious women around this city, so I could give you some good recommendations.
Is your life essentially just like leaving Las Vegas, but you never die?
Yeah, it's sort of like I realized like leaving Las Vegas if that character like drank just the same amount but had like a childlike optimism every morning.
Yeah,
and it's like I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, the problem with the Nick Cage character in Leaving Las Vegas, he just didn't think that he could live, that his liver couldn't survive it. I mean, it's mind over matter at that point.
Trevor is still walking. He does still walk around though and go, I'm a prickly pear. I'm a prickly pear.
Yeah, I get weird.
I'm a prickly pear.
On the
that's the most romantic movie ever. So wait. So
it's a beautiful movie. Okay,
Detective Wolfman. What is the news on the streets? What's the word on the street?
Well, in my neck of the woods, the streets are lit up like the Griswold residence, and I'm loving every minute of it. It feels like Christmas this week. We finally got some cooler weather. It's apparently supposed to warm up again. I'm not thrilled about that, but I'm staying optimistic, just like my man Trevor.
Good to hear it. Tonight, our guest is host, creator, writer, thespian, Brendan. How are you, Brendan? Brendan has a new show out called Tales from the Mall. Mm-hmm. And you can get that wherever podcasts are sold. It's a great show.
Thank you.
Also, check out The Isolation Chamber, which is like a radio play.
I have news about The Isolation Chamber.
Tell us. Is this breaking news?
This is breaking ass news, like up to the minute. I have just inked a deal. With John Dios, producer and co-creator of The Holy Agony, to assist me in finishing the last 2 episodes of The Isolation Chamber.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations.
And so it's going to get finished. And I mean, anybody on this podcast that wants to be involved. I mean, Anthony's been on the show. He's a great actor. I want him back on the show. You guys can be on the show. I want it to
Wow.
be. I want it to be an extravaganza. But yeah, I'm excited about that.
Massive 20 car pileup, 40 car pileup, Nashville level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like what I mean, like Robert Altman's Nashville.
Yes,
Like,
yes,
yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Exactly. Like, a guy that looks like Tom Petty. Isn't there a guy in Nashville that he kind of looks like Tom Petty, like a blonde?
Are you talking about what's this? Carradine?
Not Carradine. Is it Carradine?
It might be
Keith
Carradine.
Carradine? Yeah, Keith Carradine.
Yeah, man.
I'm
He
easy.
kind of looks.
I'm easy.
Man, I can't keep track of these fucking Carradines, man.
They're all out of
Yeah.
control.
They're worse
I
than
was
the
just
Baldwins.
watching Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh wait, before
and that's
before we drift off further into the
call.
into outer space.
The
We are-
Carradine Forest.
Tonight we are drinking Baijiu. I am drinking Jifengju, and we all got different types. The directions by Mr. Beverage was just get whatever, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
And we're watching the 1984. We watched the 1984 Joe Dante picture film. Gremlins.
Oh, wait! You guys watched it? Like, we're not gonna watch it together?
We're not going to watch it together.
Oh man, I fucked up.
Did you?
Yeah, I thought we were gonna watch it together.
Let's throw it on.
Yeah,
All
put
right.
it on. It's okay.
Okay, I will.
We've
I
never
will.
tried that, but yeah.
Put it on.
Yeah.
Put the captions on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've seen it before, right?
I'm kidding. I watched it.
He watched it. He's being a silly
You
goose.
trickster, yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
okay. So I have some more breaking news.
Okay.
I
Oh god.
actually have a blind item. Can I give you a blind item?
Well, also you're moving to New York in 2 weeks, right?
At least, I mean, at the fewest 2 weeks, at the most couple months.
Okay.
And I'm doing it solely
Time.
to get pussy. Okay, so but okay, here's a blind item: is that there's a certain Twitter female, okay, a certain e-girl with whom I've watched movies on Zoom, just like synced up and watched movies on Zoom with.
Mhm.
Who also got, while we were watching the movie, but prior to, just got completely naked, butt naked, and I saw her pussy.
Wow.
But I can't say who
Wow.
it was. I can't say who it was, but
It was Howling Mutant, wasn't it?
I have to go. Dude, Howling Mutant. Yeah.
It was the
He's
mutant.
been hacked.
He's been
Yeah, I was hacked.
You recently got hacked.
Yeah, I was hacked recently and I saw Howling Mutant naked.
Now hold on. I want to hear more about this pussy. Was this done on purpose? Was this an accident?
No. It was completely on purpose. It was like, oh, let's watch a movie together as friends, platonically. And I was like, okay, sure. Movie happened to be Blazing Saddles. Anyway,
Always makes me horny.
I know. Anyway, so prior to watching the film, she said, I want to show you some article of clothing, to judge. And, in so doing, like, had to just get completely naked and got completely naked in front of the camera. And I was like, haha, cool. Or something. That was my reaction. I was like, oh, okay, haha.
Is this the person that you're moving to New York for?
No. No. This person does not live in New York. In fact, this person said that I should fly them out to Arizona to have sex with them, and I said, thanks, but no thanks, because that sounded like I was going to be paying for sex, and so I just I didn't want to do it.
Everything that's just transpired, this entire interaction, all as that, this is just a snippet of what happens on Tales from the Mall,
Yes, exactly.
which you can purchase at any podcast store. Online store.
You can purchase it for free because it's a free podcast.
Exactly.
And I've made the decision that when I do a Patreon, that it will just be whatever you want to pay Radiohead style.
Well, there's like, ours is like that too. I mean, and you can just have that anyway. You just, whatever the tier is, you just subscribe to the tier and then you unsubscribe to it. You could do it real fast. I don't know if they have it, but I want it to be something more like, because we do a drinking show, to have something more like a tip jar. And there's just a tip jar, and it's like whatever amount you want to put. I don't know if there's settings like on that, like that on Patreon, but our Patreon has just kind of been like,
maybe there's just another service that makes it easier, but I don't know what it is. But I don't know. My problem is that, like, if I get a guy like Anthony Cisco on the show and we have a great conversation, which we're going to do, that I don't want to hide it behind a pay. Like, I know that I should be paid for my labor, but I just want the fucking people to hear that shit. That's what I want.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're like Barbara Walters,
which I kind of am. I mean, I kind of am. Like,
you kind of are. Your show kind of is. Your show gets really in there really fast, and it doesn't. It's like a Howard Stern. It's more of a Howard Stern. Diane Sawyer, sure.
I think about it like Maron.
Maron. Yeah.
I think about it like Maron, where it's like he gives up so much, like he offers up so much vulnerability that the guests feel comfortable being vulnerable as well.
Are you a Maron fan?
I am. Well, I was. I mean, I haven't listened to a show in a long time, but man, there are some Maron interviews that really get my, they get me going. Like, he did a great one with Paul Thomas Anderson. That just, like, I listen to it all the time because I think Paul Thomas Anderson is like the coolest American person.
Oh, interesting. Really?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that any hate that Paul Thomas Anderson receives is just because people are jealous. You don't think anyone could be right? No, I don't, because he's like the last living big budget art director. Like, he's like the last Orson Welles or Scorsese. He can make whatever he wants at whatever price he wants and put it in and get it distributed throughout the country. Like there's no other art filmmaker living who can do that. Like, maybe Wes Anderson, who I think is a little bit cringe.
I go back and forth with Paul Thomas Anderson. His movies have been very inspirational to me, but also at the same time, I don't want to like let him off the hook, because there was a point where he was rumored to be doing like a Pinocchio movie. He was going to do Pinocchio with Robert Downey Jr. playing like Geppetto or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I was like, fuck yeah, that. I want to see that. There's no reason for any of these guys to not be making like a feel-good Christmas movie or a scary Halloween movie or something like Gremlins.
Paul Thomas
Anderson make Gremlin? Yeah, I think I would like, I don't know what that would look like, but
with Joaquin Phoenix as Stripe.
Yeah.
Dude, I do love Joaquin. I think Joaquin is his muse a little bit.
He's great.
Yeah, they work really, and Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis.
But like you were saying earlier on, like earlier in the week about, or maybe it was last week, about The Master.
The Master, yeah.
That's like one of my that's my favorite of his movies, and it's one of my favorite movies, period. But There'll Be Blood was like, I really liked that at first, and now when I watch it, it's a little like, he's got this theme that he sticks to, which is that father-son thing.
Yeah.
And every single movie is almost about that. It's either father and son, or it's mother and son.
Well, listen to his Maron interview to hear about his dad, who I guess was like, I don't know, he was some kind of entertainer. I don't know.
Yeah, he was like Gutriard or something like that.
He was in the Goo Goo Dolls.
He was in the Goo Goo Dolls.
No, his dad. So here's why he's so fucked up. His dad is Johnny Resnick of the Goo Goo Dolls. Okay. So The Master. Here's my. I watched The Master, And I was like, man, this movie is like has a vibe
Yeah.
that I have never experienced before. This like extremely mysterious vibe. So I was living in Seattle at the time, and I went to Scarecrow Video, which is a video store. It's actually a nonprofit now. It used to be for profit, but they had to make it nonprofit to survive. I go into, and it's just like it's a 2-story video store that still exists in Seattle. And I went there, and I went up to like the scariest looking girl, like a gremlin looking chick, like green hair.
So hot.
Oh, dude, totally hot. A little chubby, but that doesn't bother me. But green hair, like black lipstick. And so I go up to her and I'm like, listen, I need to find a movie that has the same like mysterious vibe as The Master. And she was like, okay, I've got 2 recommendations for you. Picnic at Hanging Rock and 3 Women by Robert Altman.
Oh.
And so I checked, but I rented Picnic at Hanging Rock. Spot on. My favorite movie of all time now.
Wow.
She was right. She was dead on.
Wow. Yeah.
Scary witch Elvira, fat Elvira was right.
Fat Elvira was right. Yeah. So that's the thing with Paul Thomas Anderson is that I landed on. And I landed on that right before this. Because I've been wanting to do The Master for a long time. It's like I don't even know when we're going to do it. But Paul Thomas Anderson is like the master of vibes.
Agreed.
He doesn't have an overlaying like message in his movies. There's no real moral message. But it's a vibe. It's every movie, like Inherent Vice is like this paranoid, trippy vibe. Boogie Nights is this really fun, cokey vibe. And
what about Magnolia?
Magnolia is like a really depressing vibe. Yeah. That's a emotional vibe. Like it's there to make you cry.
Magnolia, in my opinion, is a little bit of a missed opportunity because he had like known about this pickup artist guru named Ross Jeffries, whom he based the Tom Cruise, but they're not really that similar at all, but he based that Tom Cruise character on. But man, I think that's a little bit of an unsophisticated dunk on like red pill guys. You know what I mean? Like what? It's just because he has daddy issues that he
right.
There was that bothers me, but because, and part of what bothers me about it is because he knew about like the pickup artist community or whatever. He just didn't go. He just it was like a corpse that he used what he wanted to from, and I don't think he went far enough on that particular aspect of the movie.
Well, yeah, that kind of doesn't make sense to me because I figure a PUA would have mommy issues, but maybe I'm too pedestrian a thinker.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's weird that he didn't have mommy issues. Yeah, it's weird.
Right, like he actually loved his mom a lot,
but she wouldn't love him, and that's why he is desperate for the approval of women.
And that's sorry. It's that mystery thing again with The Master. It's like if you go digging, I don't think there's going to be anything there.
There's enigmas everywhere.
Yeah, but I don't think there's anything under there.
Really?
Yeah, I just think it's like
that.
There.
I mean that is a valid critique. That's a valid critique,
and I don't think that's necessarily bad. I just think I think a lot of people give Tarantino shit now too, but Tarantino does write. If you've read his scripts, he does write like that. He writes more of like his movies.
He's a great screenwriter.
He's like an MC. His whole thing is like an MCU for him or whatever, right? It's like his whole thing's a connected universe, and he's this thing in the background is. I know that a lot of he gets shit for that. Like sort of referencing B-movie stuff, but he also he'll also just put some like the thing in. Remember the chest, the briefcase, the thing that's golden shining in there. Cool. It's like, what the fuck is that? I know that and now that's a riff from that noir film, right? From
oh yeah,
what's that one with the briefcase and there's a nuclear bomb in it.
Kiss Me Deadly.
Kiss Me Deadly. So I know that's a reference to Kiss Me Deadly, but is that just what it is, or is
Or
that
like, does it have an actual like significance, like a meaning?
yeah.
So you okay, Anthony, your critique of PTA, or not even a critique, but just your summary of his work, I think it's valid, but I have to defend him against the nerds who are just jealous. They're just fucking jealous, man, and they're faggots. But the thing is that we stand poised to do whatever we want, to do whatever we wish, whenever we wish. And those nerds feel like they have to like go to Hollywood to do it or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they're gonna stay jealous, but we're gonna observe what PTA does, and we're gonna do it better and without and not be as shallow.
If I grew up in LA, I'd be like Paul Thomas Anderson, but better.
I'm the PTA of Lincoln, Nebraska.
I
tell the story. I tell all the stories of 250,000 people.
Yeah, it's like okay, so there'll be blood. You've got the capitalist and you've got the religious figure, and you're like, okay, what about them? And they go, well, in the end, the capitalist, he's gonna kill the religious guy because he's way too powerful, and he kills him with the bowling pin. It's like a significant metaphor or something, but for what? I don't know. I'm knocking him, and I don't mean to do it. And it's the same thing at Tarantino, same thing all these guys had. It's their generation. It's this Gen X generation where they're just like, I like this thing, and let me sort of regurgitate it. But what I love is that he's been able to do it and be able to get funded and be able to continue making what he wants to make. And he does it very well. And he actually has a language with film. He knows technique, and his movies are usually always just like really easy to watch and absorbing. His costume design, the people who do his costumes and stuff is just
the guy's a genius of the mise en scène. Like yes. Every frame looks fucking beautiful. He's a vibe. Yeah.
Which is great.
How would you
okay, Anthony, I see that you hate him. Like that's cool. I wish I'd never brought it up.
No, I love him. I love him because the reason why is because I've already been through the Paul Thomas Anderson. I'm 37, so when I had the Punch Drunk Love Blu-ray Criterion collection thing and watched that fucking thing until the thing 12 times or whatever it was. So I kind of went through it, came back around,
How would you compare Paul Thomas Anderson's to that of Joe Dante's?
Joe Dante's much more commercial.
I would say The Burbs is Joe Dante's There Will Be Blood.
Dude, The Burbs is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I fucking love that movie.
Dude, and Corey Feldman is so funny in it.
Yeah,
Corey Feldman is excellent. Like
Bruce Dern too. They steal that movie.
Oh my God, what a film.
How would you compare Paul Thomas Anderson to Robert Altman? His obvious spiritual sort of guru.
I think he's better. I mean, Robert Altman was so nihilistic and lazy, really. I mean, but I still think Robert Altman is awesome. Don't get me wrong, but just some of his attitude, like the attitude that emerges from his movies, is predominantly cranky and misanthropic. And with Paul Thomas Anderson, as you've said, Anthony, it's harder to discern his worldview, so it isn't as grating. But I still love Robert Altman, and I mean he's made a lot of movies, but I just see Paul Thomas Anderson putting a lot more care into his work.
Yeah. I mean, that's what. Yeah,
I feel like PTA is Kubrick meets Altman.
Yeah, there was something really special about The Master that I went to see it twice in the theater, where it was, and there was something so the way he shoots their faces these sort of like slow kind of.
Oh yeah.
The whole face just takes up the screen, and they're like, it's anyway, we're not we've gotten so far. We should we should just do a PTA podcast.
Episodes unless they're about Paul Thomas Anderson,
Yeah.
Tarantino, or Altman, I guess.
Yeah.
Those are the only 3 directors that we should cover.
Sorry. So okay. So wait, why did
You fucking nerds.
why did we why do you have us drinking?
Hey guys, have I ruined the show?
No.
No.
Not
Okay,
at all.
Not at
thank
all.
God. Thank God.
So wait, so Baijiu. You
Yes.
paired Baijiu up with Gremlins. Why did you do such a thing?
Okay, so I really wanted you guys to have the experience of wandering into a seedy shop in Chinatown somewhere and buying a bottle of firewater, most of which the script will be illegible to you because it's in Mandarin. It felt analogous to the experience that kicks off the movie, that mysterious sort of wandering into a shop of curiosities and finding that like sort of special gift. But that's not where it ends. Baijiu is it's evil.
Yeah.
Most people can't really handle it. It's the world's best-selling liquor. So in a sense, it's ultra commercial, but most of the people who enjoy it live in China, and they have been they're born and raised. Their palates have been sort of honed to a lot of the flavors on display here. Really ripe fruit, funky fruit, very savory too, very soy saucy sometimes. In fact, the most famous and most expensive form of baijiu is known as Mao Tai, and that's sauce aroma baijiu. And there's various categories. There's rice aroma, strong aroma, which is what Wolfman and I are drinking. That's from the Sichuan province. And then the Slothman is drinking Phoenix aroma, which comes from Xi'an. And that's sort of a little more delicate. But anyway, back to the connection to the film. It's evil stuff. It'll once you do acquire a taste for it, it goes down really easy, and you can get really fucked up on it.
Yeah.
The average proof to it is, if you get the good stuff, is 104 proof, which is significantly higher. I don't know what your bottling is. Maybe if you have the bottle handy, you can look. That's what I'm drinking.
Mine's 52%.
Yeah, exactly. Same.
Proof.
The proof is proof. It doesn't say the proof.
It's just double
the percent.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, okay. So it's 102 proof.
104,
yeah.
baby.
Yeah, 104. Yeah, double.
104.
Yeah, that's mine too.
So
Dang.
yeah, so that's what you want to look for when you wander into the Chinese curio shop.
Are you guys crunk? Are you guys crunk?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
I just got off work, so I'm catching up. But yeah, I'm already feeling
What about Dick
warm
Wolfman?
and tingly.
I'm okay. I'll be honest. I didn't love it.
It's definitely an acquired taste.
Yes, I have not had a lot of it, and probably won't, which is good because after last episode, I need to rein it in.
Very
What
good.
happened last episode? Did you go off, King?
No, but I felt after I listened to it, I felt pretty obnoxious for the last half. So
No, dude,
I'm gonna
what?
keep
You
it-
were
keep it
obnoxious.
under control.
You were great. It's crazy. There's
Um,
nothing wrong with you.
Listen, I'm trying to hone my craft as a podcaster.
Oh,
This is all
it's
new to
part of
me.
part of the process.
you gotta drink more. You gotta drink more.
Probably right.
All of your favorite podcasts were made when the hosts were just blitzed.
Yeah, I think so.
Go back and listen to like the Joe Rogan, Alex Jones. You think those guys were sober?
Oh no, but they've been performers. They were old hat at that sort of thing.
Is that the episode where Alex Jones calls himself retarded?
That's the second. That's the second one.
That's one of my favorite moments in podcast history.
Yeah, that's a great. Those were great. Those were great podcast episodes. So I took the train down to Chinatown. I did this, and and I live in New York, and there's this Omicron thing.
You live in Upper Manhattan. Chinatown's in Lower Manhattan.
That's correct, sir. So it took about a half an hour to get down there. Once I'm down there, it did become like Gremlins. It was
so awesome.
It smelled like shit immediately, and it was freezing cold. It was like 30 degrees, but it's still through the mask. I was like, this is fucking crazy how smelly it is down there. And it's always like that. So you had the smell, you had the cold, you had the mystery. And then I find the place, it's right in the corner, and they don't take cash. So I go around the corner, I'm asking for Baijiu. He takes me over to the white wine section and goes, Baijiu. I go, no, Baijiu. And he's like, Baijiu, yeah, Baijiu. And the other guy comes out and says, this is Baijiu. Okay, that's Baijiu. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
So he takes me through the whole thing, and then I go to pay for it, and he's like, "No, we don't take. We only take cash, please." And I said,
so
okay.
At first it was no cash.
He said only cash. So I had to go around the corner to this ATM, and in Chinatown, it's like really, it's everything's weird down there.
Did they charge you like $25 at the ATM?
No, but this little ATM was like, it looked like it was made to look like an ATM and made to look like a bodega or something. Because down there, it's all Chinese bodega stuff. But this place had like peanuts, had like Planters peanuts, and it had like sunflower seeds. And like, Chinese people don't eat this stuff. What's this stuff doing in here?
Everything cost a different amount of blood.
Yeah. But the guy told me, he said like, he's like, make sure make sure you if you drink this, you don't drive anywhere for 2 hours. Make sure you tell someone after you drink it for 2 hours.
See, it comes with rules like the Mogwai.
Yeah, it came with rules like that.
Wow, that's insane.
And the reason that he pointed you to white wine is because they don't believe that white people drink this, and largely they're protective. And incidentally, Baijiu literally means white spirit or white liquor or whatever. So
he called me.
It's very similar to white wine.
It's the white devil.
He called me Guaylo. Yeah. He called me Guaylo.
Nice.
Which means white devil.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird how all the slurs for white people start with G?
Yeah.
It's like Guaylo, Gaijin, Gringo, Guero.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Whoa. I never noticed that before.
It's not all of them, but it's a lot.
Yeah, it's uncanny for sure.
So why is this stuff so strong?
It's just they made different versions and to different proofs, and as they modernize and they try and appeal more to young Chinese palates who are largely getting more into beer and fruity stuff like young people drink here. They
when you say
to keep up,
when you say young Chinese palates, do you mean like teens and early 20s, or do you mean like the family?
Oh, I meant more like younger people, like new generations.
Okay, sorry, that was a Chinese joke that didn't land. See what I mean? That's it. I'm through talking.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Trevor. Go ahead.
I'm an idiot. That was a good joke.
You explain it to me.
You fooled me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. What's the?
I don't get it.
Young
cream of some
Chinese name.
I see.
Yeah.
Like Carl.
You guys have fun. I'm out of here.
Carl Jung, the Chinese psychoanalyst.
Yes.
Anyway,
dude, Trevor, by the way, you're impressing me with your knowledge here, by the way.
Oh, well, shucks.
I mean, this is like really good.
Thanks, man. I just wanted to explain a bit how it's enjoyed and how it can turn a friendly, fuzzy mogwai like me into a gremlin. So it's fermented. It's made from grain, just like whiskey, but it's primarily made from sorghum, which is a grain that we don't use as much for distillation here. And I think that's part of what contributes to the wild flavors. But the main reason it's so crazy tasting and smelling, it smells like Chinatown in a bottle, is that they ferment it in mud pits with a mold, like a mold starter, which is typical of Asian spirits and sake. They use koji and sake, or they call it, I think, ki or kui in China.
Oh.
It's a mold that helps initiate fermentation.
My
So
God.
that's why it's so crazy. And the reason you
wait,
get so
wait,
fucked
I'm
up-
sorry to interrupt you, but because this is a Christmas episode, we have a Christmas guest here showing up.
Oh,
a
really?
surprise Christmas guest. It's a LowRes Wonder Bread.
Oh, welcome.
What up, LowRes?
Hi.
Hey,
fellas,
Merry
how we doing?
Christmas. Merry
Christmas.
Christmas, LowRes.
Merry
Hey.
Merry Christmas.
Hi.
LowRes,
Oh,
everybody.
Christmas,
This is
fellas.
huge. This
He's
is
our
fucking
Christmas
huge.
guest.
Look at
It's
all
a
these
Christmas
faces.
surprise
Oh, boy.
guest.
This is an extravaganza, like a Christmas episode should be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so-
wanted to have this is the
Should I
Christmas.
show my penis?
Yeah.
Like, do I have-
Definitely, dude.
Please do.
Show that pussy.
Man, that's
How
awesome.
we doing tonight, fellas?
I'm great, Jay. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you. Good to see you again.
We're just talking about Baijiu. This is the drink that we are drinking with the movie Gremlins. LowRes, of course, is
Yes.
from the podcast movies. You can get that wherever podcasts are sold, as well as Civic TV. And that's the YouTube channel name, right? YouTube is, or is it LowRes Wonder Bread on YouTube?
I think it's just LowRes Wonder Bread, but we're gonna do a Civic TV channel pretty soon for preloaded episodes and stuff like that. Hey, Wolfman, I haven't spoken to you before, but I know you from Twitter and I know you from this show. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, LowRes. It's nice to finally talk to you.
Nice to talk to you as well. Yeah, so you guys are only talking about the first Gremlins. I have to tell you, I'm much more well-versed on Gremlins 2.
I haven't seen it.
The Revenge
I
of
just,
knew
Roy
that.
Futterman.
I just watched Gremlins 1. I mean, that was my first exposure to it. It's just
No way.
Part
I'm
two
sure-
is good to prepare you for your move.
It's you know what? I would especially
True.
recommend the VHS cut of it.
Okay.
There are two different versions of Gremlins. They gave you because the Gremlins interrupt the movie in the theater, in the theatrical cut, and then Hulk Hogan makes an appearance, and then on the VHS one, they change it up a little bit. They add a little extra. It's very entertaining, very amusing. It's a shame they never ended the trilogy. They never rounded it out with a Gremlins 3.
Well,
Apparently, they've been
that's, I mean,
teasing
that's what
it.
we're here for Christ's sake. We're gonna fucking do it. All of us.
Paul Thomas
That's
Anderson.
Paul Thomas
Yeah,
Anderson's
PTA's
Gremlin.
It's Gremlins 3. Yeah.
And it'll be called Gremlins, and it'll be it won't be a sequel from part 2. It'll be kind of a reboot from part 1.
No.
And it'll
No,
be
no.
It'll be Stripe's
35.
origin story.
No,
played
it'll be
by
Gremlins.
Phoenix.
It'll be triple Z Gremlins.
Yeah, Triple C
Oh,
Gremlins.
yeah.
And there'll be like a million Mogwais, not just Gremlins, but Mogwais, and they're gonna have a big
Distinct.
battle.
Hand drawn. Like yeah, exactly. That's cool.
like the Aztec
I'm
Joker.
looking- The Aztec Joker.
So what? So okay,
There'll be a really pissed off Puerto Rican girl gremlin.
yeah, that's right, sassy.
Like a sassy girl gremlin be like, oh no, puppy, you didn't.
You got me wet, bro.
No, you don't. No.
No, I ain't drinking this Baijiu stuff.
These bites. No.
Where's the Bacardi, puppy?
I don't know if you could get away with now doing the Chinatown origin of the Gremlins, because doesn't he?
Dude, Gremlins is the kids' version of Year of the Dragon.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
That overlap.
I was gonna say that
Good. I
opening.
like that.
That opening is straight out of a noir.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he's walking in with his hat, and he's like, "The name's Peltzer." Like that, it could have been a very different movie going off that opening. It's got like Big Trouble and Little China vibes too.
Sure.
Yep. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of funny how he's like, it's too much responsibility. Meanwhile, this guy's living in a dilapidated shithole. The place is just covered in dust. The guy can't make money. He's got his kid who looks like Short Round, and he's got the same Yankees hat. And he's making deals on the side to pay for his grandpa. And meanwhile, his grandpa is telling Peltzer, "You're not responsible enough for this. Sorry, white man. Sorry, sorry, Kylo." Kylo. You know what I mean? Like already, I'm not buying it. This thing isn't that hard. But then they take the thing home and then immediately start abusing it. They drop it off of it cracks its head open. He's got a bandage on his head. They get it wet. And then they're shining bright lights in its face constantly. When they said no bright lights, I don't know. I don't think there's any good people in this movie.
In their defense, this is their first exposure to a Mogwai. Not like this guy who lives who's this guy to talk about bright lights? He lives in a goddamn dungeon.
There's a basement.
Yeah, don't get it wet. That's honestly harder because there's going to be sludge all over the floor.
Right.
Where he's brining the shrimp that he sells on the side.
Yeah.
I didn't have more. I was just
It just came
and that's
through.
Gremlins.
There's 5 people on this call.
1984.
There was a good
Yeah.
2 seconds of contemplation about Gremlins there for a second.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing about the Gremlins is just, the only appeal of bringing it back home is that it's cute.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
It's cute. It talks a little bit. It's like a cuter.
Sings.
If you follow the rules, it's like a cuter, lower maintenance monkey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird. It's weird to think like to me, it's like a red pill movie. It's like this is the woman that you want to take home. Like Gizmo has no body count at all, and is uninterested in fucking anyone. But then there's all these other fucking gremlins that are just like, yes, like we'll chew through the wires to be fed after midnight. And they're just like slutty. There's these horrible slutty makeup smeared gremlins who fuck like crazy. but Gizmo has no interest.
No.
That's
Gizmo's
definitely the case.
Gizmo's
in
the
Gremlins
trad wife.
too.
Okay, go off on Gremlins too. I mean, like, you might as well.
Hold on.
okay?
Do you guys have a screen share? There's absolutely like a big titted slutty lipstick wearing gremlin in Gremlins too. And she's all over the place. She's all over every dude in that movie. I don't know if does she pop up in the original Gremlins?
There is a girl gremlin, but she's understated. She's only in like one scene.
Well, they're all sort of asexual, aren't they? They're not really male.
I don't know.
But they're all sort
That's
of like
a fair question.
they anthropomorphize them to various degrees, and in fact there are like animal ones in the second one. I don't want to spoil too much, but
Gremlins are trans. It's a metaphor for
they're whatever they want to be. They're all of us, and I think the first one is so weird. It's like, especially the first time you watch it, it starts kind of like a serious movie and then just goes completely off the rails. And the second one, I think they had to take it further. So that you get crazier gremlins.
Yeah. No, but
it's hard to know what to do with a movie like Gremlins. I mean, but years later there was like a movie called Small Soldiers or something like that.
Yes,
is that a Joe Dante?
Yes.
that's a Joe Dante film.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. We're like film critics like Jonathan Rosenbaum of the Chicago Reader were like, this is a metaphor for the military industrial complex.
Well, that's what they say about every Marvel movie these days, or what have you.
Sure.
Small Soldiers feels like an offshoot. It feels like it could exist in the same universe. There were so many Gremlins ripoffs during that time. Did you guys ever see Critters?
Critters,
Or was
yeah.
it,
Or
what's the
Ghoulies.
one with DiCaprio?
Ghoulies, yeah.
Dude, Hobgoblins,
Yes.
that they did on Mystery Science Theater. Like I never understood where Hobgoblins came from until I saw this movie.
Oh,
This was,
yeah.
this was what, 84 or
84.
85?
84.
84, yeah.
So you also had Corey Feldman at his peak in this movie. He didn't
Right.
get signed for the sequel.
No, he did
Yeah,
not.
but he's in the but
He's
his
in the
best
Burbs.
role is in the Burbs, Jay.
That's right. Yes,
so
I
funny in
read
that.
I read in choreography that he really alienated a lot of the cast and crew on the Burbs.
Well,
No
so
way.
like Feldman showed up like he was the biggest fucking star. You had Bruce Dern and Tom Hanks on the set. He's like,
Mhm.
hey, it's the Feldman. Hey, okay, so Jay, did you ever see the two Coreys, that
The reality
show?
show?
Yes.
Yes. I
Oh
was a
my
big fan
God.
of that.
I was a big fan as well. Basically, Corey Haim comes to live with Corey Feldman and his wife at the time. He's not married to this woman anymore, but because he was trying to get clean, and like Feldman and his wife were like vegans, and there's like a scene where like Corey Haim is like sneaking off to like order a pepperoni pizza delivered to Feldman's house. It was an excellent reality show. Anyway,
Classic Corey and Corey dynamic.
oh, totally.
It ran for what, 2 seasons, and then the second season took a dark turn where Corey Haim was like, "Where were you for me when I was getting molested behind the
Oh,
trailer,
no.
Corey?" Like, it started out a fun show like that, like, haha, we gotta hide the pepperoni pizza so Corey Haim doesn't get it. And then Corey Haim's like, "Yeah, I got molested, Corey Feldman. Why didn't you help me? Why didn't you help me out?
Sure.
Charlie Sheen was your buddy, Corey."
Oh no! You guys,
I saw Corey Haim months before his death in New York, in Midtown Manhattan at Grand Central Terminal. He was outside with his mother, and I was getting off of work. I worked in the terminal there at a wine and liquor store. And I saw him, and I said, "Hey, Corey, it's good to see you, man." He was like, "Hey, man, good to see you too." And he was wearing this like leather jacket, very 90s leather, kind of a baggy leather jacket,
Sure.
baggy pants. And this was like 2006 or 7, I'd say. So maybe he didn't die months after that. I don't know when he died, but
It was around then.
it was around that. It was like a little bit later than that, like 2011. I feel like
okay.
2010,
Yeah.
2011.
He looked pretty
Was
he looked pretty
fucked
messed up. Yeah, he looked
Yeah.
fucked up.
I swear to God, childhood stardom is the most traumatic thing.
So evil.
I mean, the people that have survived it are few and far between. It's like everybody dies of a drug overdose or a suicide.
Yeah.
Like Macaulay Culkin, like I mean, it seems to me like he's on the other side of a really intense journey. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
okay, but he had to do the work.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys are Brad Renfro, Jonathan Lucas. Is that his name? Jonathan Lucas? Jonathan
No,
Brandis? No,
John
Jonathan
Brandis.
Brandis.
He
Jonathan
killed
Brandis.
himself.
He played Lucas on Sequest. That was his character.
He was in
Yes,
Ladybugs,
yeah.
Ladybug,
Sidekick.
Sidekick.
Ladybugs.
which is an
Yeah.
awesome movie, by the way.
And he fucking hung.
Anything with Rodney.
Yeah. And
Hey, he hanged himself.
himself.
That's fucked up.
What is the story? He didn't get the role of Anakin, and that bummed him out, put him over the edge, and that's why he hung himself. That's what people like to say anyway. I have a feeling, obviously, that's mostly bullshit. Like, Heath Ledger was so in the role of the Joker that he took too many.
Yeah,
Anakin one
yeah.
night. Went off the rails.
He went full Joker mode.
Yeah.
Yes,
He
going
became
full
the,
Joker
hey,
is-
no,
is
oh
partying
no,
with
I'm the
Olsons.
Joker now.
Yeah.
But there's nothing that can be done. I'm the Joker now. I guess I'll
But-
kill myself.
But
Yeah, I
don't
gotta
they?
eat
Isn't
this
there,
bottle of pills.
isn't there that footage though of Jack Nicholson, of them saying like Heath Ledger died or something, and they asked him about the Joker, and he was like, "I warned him.
Huge if true. I mean, that's funny as hell.
That's
Yeah.
Well,
interesting.
He did.
I remember reading about that, But that can't be true because what does he warn him about? He'd be like, "Oh, I remember when I played the Joker, and I'm still here. This man who can't die."
Hey,
He's like,
if
he's
you
like,
play
you
the
gotta
Joker,
be careful, kid.
You
Playing
might
the
spill
Joker.
Tupperware. You might
Yeah.
spill a Tupperware of beans at Staples Center.
He's like, look, you gotta be careful, kid. When I was playing the Joker, I ended up getting pegged in the ass by a African American prostitute.
Was it just not his crazy ass? Was it not just his crazy ass girlfriend like Michelle Williams? Is that? I mean,
Angelica Williams. Oh, the Curse of the Williams Joker curse. I don't know. There might
well,
be
yeah,
something
Michelle
to that.
Williams was his baby mama.
Yeah.
And she seems like, I mean, I used to have a big crush on her. I don't anymore, but
She seems pretty crazy.
she does exactly.
Right?
She's crazy.
I mean,
She's pretty
crazy
nuts.
enough to seek refuge in the arms of the Olsen twins. So yeah, I guess pretty atrocious.
Yeah, I think she was insane, and he just liked her because she was probably crazy but didn't do drugs.
Yeah.
She's just naturally crazy, and then he was just
she's
a
like
dope
kind of an art,
drug
like
addict.
she's kind of an Hollywood art hoe. Like
Yeah.
for Hollywood, she's an art hoe. So is that.
She is. Yeah, that's
What
true.
if they made a kid play the Joker?
The Joker kid. Well, here's what I think is that they need to here's my request is that they let a white Hispanic hit that. Okay, the Aztec Joker. Okay, I'm ready. Hollywood, I'm fucking ready.
They did that. That was Cesar Romero. He was the first Joker.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Was he not Italian X?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think he was Hispanic.
Cesar.
Yeah, they used
Cesar
to be
Romero.
in the, they used to be in the same
Batman!
category.
Batman, why are you so crazy, Batman?
Whoever-
Ay, Batman.
Do you ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight?
Oh, the pale moon, Batman.
Why so serious, Batman?
Oh, Batman, you always so crazy and serious, Batman.
Do you want to see my
Lighten up,
scars?
Batman. It's just like a little Hispanic guy like trying to lighten up Batman. That's the Joker.
He's
Sergio
playing,
Rosie
he's playing
Perez as the
3-card
Joker.
money on the street. And that's where he has all those cards and shit.
Did you ever see? Did you ever see Burn After
A
Reading?
little chaos, Batman.
Remember? Do you ever see Burn After Reading? Where,
Yes,
where
that's a great
there's that Mexican guy, and he's like, "I saw it just sitting there. He was just lying there. Nobody was touching it. No one was near. Just sitting there, lying there." It's like he kept repeating it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't remember that scene.
I don't remember.
My
that
favorite
either,
scene-
honestly.
I
My
don't
favorite
remember
scene
that
is-
scene. I think
my-
you dreamt that scene, Anthony. I think you
Yeah.
just made that scene up
Okay.
to pull a trick on us.
Okay. At the on the next Tales from the Mall that comes out tomorrow with Howling Mutant was telling me that his senile grandmother kept repeating something about Wise Guys, this TV show Wise Guys with James Woods. And so we were like riffing about how like his grandma was like on her deathbed, like writing a TV show, and like Howling Mutant was like transcribing it. But I looked it up after the fact. There's no such thing as Wise Guys with James Woods. His senile grandmother had invented this whole cloth.
Wow.
I don't know.
Is this a spoiler for your episode?
Well, it comes out tomorrow. When are you guys coming out?
It's a taste.
Oh no, this is
yeah.
this will be out on the 25th, Christmas.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
there.
it's
No
Christmas.
problem there. I'll spoil it. Here's a further spoiler. I come out of the closet on the episode.
Nice. That's
Oh,
why
yeah.
we're
I'm
moving to
homosexual.
Queens.
I'm homosexual male.
Oh,
That's
is that why?
overrated.
Is that explains the earrings?
Well, oh my god. Okay, wow.
Oh,
God damn it.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, no, that makes
Well,
sense.
I didn't know this was going to be a fucking ambush, Anthony.
You know, I took my earrings out when I started to have to shave my ears. I have to shave my ears now because I'm getting so hairy and old that my ears
God.
get so much hair that like I'm like I can't wear earrings now.
Well,
dude.
I can also see that Trevor at one point was like a Gage's guy, or right, Trevor? You had earrings or something?
no.
No, you
Never,
didn't.
never.
No, it looks like you do
No.
though, Trevor. It looks like you do.
It's just because I got headphones in.
Oh, I see. Okay,
I have unsullied lobes.
No piercings, no tattoos. He's never
Yeah.
even.
I mean, like I am like going full on, like all accoutrements are on the table at this point, you know.
What do you do?
Tattoos.
What do you mean?
I mean, like I'll get tattoos. I don't give a fuck. Like
Yeah.
I used to.
No one.
I mean, I might cover myself in tattoos just to get attention.
You should
Like,
wear
That's
a
why I
bolo.
did it.
On the
Yeah, well-
topic of the Joker, you could get damaged right on
Oh,
your
yeah.
yeah, dude, that
Damn
would
it.
be a pussy that a very very crazy pussy magnet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get like a
Good call.
smiling face right here. You like.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's a good
Get
idea.
You
loco
want to do
across
ha
your
ha
fingers.
ha along your neck?
Dude, I like whoever suggested loco.
That was me.
Okay, yeah. Yes.
Loco.
Amen,
Can we-
amen.
Just
Loco.
Google Shia LaBeouf, the tax collector, and copy all of his tattoos that he got done for real for that movie,
Okay.
where he was
Yeah.
killing dogs in alleys and stuff to get in character for this Hispanic man he was playing.
That's an insane person.
He's
That-
so chill. He's so chill.
Yeah. that's that childhood shit.
Yeah,
Like,
I-
he didn't
die,
actually-
he
That's,
just-
yes. Okay. Yeah.
He just
This
went
is-
crazy.
Full circle here.
This
Yes.
is Kismet because I heard he was tapped to play Billy Peltzer in Gremlins, Paul Thomas Anderson's Gremlins.
Yeah. Shia LaBeouf.
Well, if they're gonna, you got to
Dude,
get
Phoebe
James. If
Gates-
you're gonna redo Gremlins, you got to bring James Franco back as the professor or something.
Yeah. Shia LaBeouf, Anna de
James
Armas.
Franco.
James Franco, Anna de Armas. She has to be the girl. The
Yeah.
high
Phoebe
school
Cates.
girl. Phoebe
Yeah,
Cates.
she has to be Phoebe.
Phoebe
Cates.
Cates is so smoking. She's
Oh
been
my
married
God,
to,
she's perfect, dude.
and she's
such
been
a
married to Kevin
doll.
Kline for like what, 40
For
years.
40 years, yeah. He
That's
married her
fucking-
when he was like 55 and she was 19.
Oh,
She's
what
been a beard for that
it's
long.
a hero, right
Fucking
there.
faggot.
I need a hero.
He's like, he wakes up every morning. He's like, Phoebe, don't we have a great life?
Yeah.
He's kind of like Robin Williams a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say that Tales from the Mall to me is the Robin Williams movies of podcasts.
Well, thank you so much. That reminds me of a story that Jay told on the show about meeting Robin Williams.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, I did.
Did you tell me
met
this
the
story?
late- I feel like I might have mentioned is they talking about Suicide Squad or something? Because Robin Williams suicided himself.
Oh my
Right.
God,
With a
what a
bag
tragic
and-
death.
Truly, 3 different
But-
ways to kill
okay.
himself in one.
By the way, the day that Robin Williams killed himself, unbeknownst to me, I purchased a shirt at the Goodwill in Seattle that was the genie from Aladdin, and with a quote bubble above him that said "You rubbed." That's what the quote on the shirt said. You rubbed instead of you rang. It was
Yeah.
you rubbed.
Yeah.
It was the genie.
Yeah.
And then I walk out of the Goodwill to find out, wearing my "You rubbed" shirt, that Robin Williams had died.
Brendan, you killed him.
I fucking killed him with the "You rubbed" shirt.
Aztec
like the
Joker
fucking
strikes
Gremlin.
again.
I had a dream. I had a dream that I met Robin Williams after he died, and I met him, and it was like on a theater stage, and it was like one of those black box theaters. So it's all black, light, and he was like sitting on a chair, and there was like a ladder somewhere, and he was doing that face that he does of like, hi, like when he's vulnerable.
Yeah,
You
you're
know?
doing a good job of that.
He was
Actually,
doing that like, hi, he was
yes.
kind of sweet, and
Oh,
I was
poetry,
like,
poetry.
yeah. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like crying in my dream because it was just really sad. Because he was
He was
such
like
a,
everybody's like funny dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
yeah.
He was like your funny trans dad. Who was an imposter for your babysitter. God damn it, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
It's two
Mrs.
Have you guys
Two
seen this
fucking
Miss
bombs.
Doubtfire?
2 bombs in a
Is-
row.
They're doing a play of Miss Doubtfire now on Broadway, and there's
Oh
just a man
yeah,
wearing like
that's I. s-
4
Okay, when I
inches
was
of rubber mask.
when I was in New York and I got to was it Grand Central? The one that's under Madison Square Garden.
Oh, that's Penn Station.
Penn Station. I was at Penn Station, and I was leaving Penn Station to go up, and on the stairs was just like straight up a Mrs. Doubtfire ad from bottom to top for the Mrs. Doubtfire musical. I almost took a picture of it, but I thought, nah, that's too on the nose.
Yeah, what was that like when you came to New York?
It was the best thing I ever did. Like, I had so much fun.
Was it? Did you feel overwhelmed? Did you feel curious? Were you?
No. You know what I felt? Like I was fucking in the zone. Okay, like I arrived at Newark Airport, and I got on that like train that takes you to
the path. Yeah, the path.
And I just like fucking was like, boom! I know exactly what I'm doing. I know who I am. I know, like I was talking to people. Like I was in the zone when I was in New York. Okay. And the women are so hot, like everywhere you go, and they're like, I don't know, they're a different breed of Latina. Like I love Latinas so much, and here we've got exclusively pretty much Mexican women, and they're wonderful. But there they have like Dominicans and they have Puerto Ricans, and they're so not like they talk to you. I don't know. Like people say that New York is unfriendly. It's the opposite. The American West is unfriendly. People don't want to chat. In New York, yeah, they sound a little pissed off sometimes, but they'll talk to you. And that I love a lot.
They don't want to talk, but if you charm them, if you're polite, you'll see that rough exterior drops very, very quickly. And all of a sudden you're friends. It's really easy to make friends in New York.
Yes, and that's exactly what I love, because I don't have any fucking friends in Tempe, Arizona, where I live, except for Dario, the guy who sold me my Stacey Adams tracksuit, who also tailored it for me.
Oh,
he's my only friend. You know, my brother. My brother lives 10 minutes away, but New York, I've got Anthony. You and I hung out when we were there.
And let me tell you, Brendan gives the best hugs. LowRes as well gives the best hugs. These are good huggers. You feel genuinely. I mean, it feels like a reality show when you see a reunion or something. Like you're there. Yeah. I felt that hug felt really good.
Jordan Knight, was it Jordan Knight and Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah,
or is it Donnie? Is it Donnie? God damn it, Jay! I'm so bad with Mark and Donnie. Yeah,
that's what I'm here for, to correct you on your Wahlberg fact. Yeah, no, Neepitz is Donnie.
Your Wahlberg trivia.
Yeah. Jay helps me out with some Wahlberg trivia on
Donnie. Donnie is a sweetheart.
Yeah, so I referenced that a little bit, I think, on the show, because you told me that you like Donnie.
Well, we were talking about the movie Southie that was directed by the guy who played Lex Luthor on Lois and Clark, the New Adventures of Superman. And I think you had gotten Donnie and Mark confused. Yeah,
because I said Mark was on Southie or something like that.
Yeah. And I was telling you about how Donnie Wahlberg played he's supposed to be a Down syndrome man in the movie Dreamcatcher. Turns out he's an alien. It's not retardation. Commonly confused. Mental retardation. Okay. No, actually an alien.
And so he doesn't go full retard, actually. It was
the full retard
it's like
turning
he's
into a slug creature.
It's the Hollywood version of I was hacked.
Yeah.
but okay, he's not a retard. He's an alien. It's okay.
Alien.
Speaking of Mark Wahlberg, okay, I'm doing an epic rewatch of Entourage, which is like my favorite show of all time. Okay, and I know that there's
produced by Mark, right?
Yeah, Mark. It's Mark. It's basically like supposed to be like Vincent Chase is. Vincent Chase, who's like a totally like tall, blue-eyed, attractive movie star,
feminine kind of like.
It's based on Mark Wahlberg's short, retarded Irishman. You know, but man, it's so good. The writing is so fucking funny on the show.
Is Donnie older? Donnie's older, right?
Yes.
So
Donnie's the Kevin Dillon.
Donnie
that's
is
fucked
drama,
up. You know
drama
why?
is the best character. He's so funny.
Drama is the best character, but Donnie is the better actor.
He is. That's true.
Donnie's a better actor than Mark Wahlberg.
Well, that's because he's got the right stuff.
Yeah, better singer too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's why he's a showman. He's a
God damn
natural.
it.
He can sing. He's a character actor. You know, remember he was in The Sixth Sense, and everyone was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh yeah.
Killed himself in The Sixth Sense or something like that.
He was in Saw 2.
Didn't he have Down syndrome in The Sixth Sense too? Wasn't he?
No. He was a child.
He was
He
just
was
a
retarded.
pussy.
He actually killed. He's actually the one who killed Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
He's like,
Dude, I wish Donnie was here right now.
dude, imagine being in a scenario like that, like how that scene happened, where you just walk into the room and he's like, like, oh my fucking god!
Okay,
Dude,
you know who Donnie? You know who reminds me of Donnie Wahlberg?
Who?
Is Eric, the former producer of the Isolation Chamber.
How
Like,
so?
how he
Kind of looks like Donnie Wahlberg, I think.
I could see that.
I
He's
could see it a
very
little bit.
like he looks like Tom Hardy to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Donnie's
Donnie's got that Tom. What'd you say?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
I mean, Eric
He's
is
got
a hot
that.
piece of ass. I'm not gonna lie, but
He
it
is.
does kind of remind me of Donnie Wahlberg.
He and Anthony are stealing all the chicks on the TL.
No, I'm not. No girls like those.
Okay,
It's all you guys, all my friends.
I know.
Okay,
Dude,
thank you to everyone.
You want a boost from your boys? Post a
You guys,
selfie on
dude,
the timeline.
exactly. You
I-
guys
I-
are the mutuals are amazing.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
are
No,
always
but
there for me.
I go hard. Like sometimes I'll retweet, like Anthony. Like if you you had a selfie that I retweeted, just like fuck it. This guy needs. I need to boost my boy. That's what I would want.
Yeah.
Nah,
And so
bro.
what? If I save it on my phone, that's nobody's business but mine.
Yeah,
That's
if I'm like picture like if I like photoshopped a wig on the guy and I'm jacking off, whose business is that? Mine?
Yeah.
Nobody else's?
Yeah,
in America?
it's public domain.
You have my
Do
permission.
whatever you want with it.
You have permission to use my thirst trap photos to show girls that you like and say, "This is my friend. We're gonna hang out with him. Just meet me at this bar. He's gonna be there."
I'm
And
never
then she
doing
gets
that.
there,
No.
and you go, "Oh, he couldn't make it. He couldn't make it."
The
But
old bait-
Let me buy you
That's a
drink.
good idea.
Switcheroo.
Okay, but I have these people telling me you should get this girl and this girl on Tales from the Mall, but not record it.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, it would be really funny to do that, but no, because I'm actually very open about how, like, if I get a girl on the show, okay, I'm trying to talk. I get their phone number out of the deal.
Yeah.
I talk to them for at least 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then
That's a date.
We're texting afterwards. Oh, do you want to be nude in your promo?
How are you not pulling puss, man? I see your timeline. It's filled with puss.
Tony,
Yeah.
it's fucked up, dude. It's fucked up because it's like I have female fans and friends all over the world, but I can't get a gram of fucking pussy in my own hometown.
That's why you got to travel.
Yeah.
You got to take the show on the road.
It fucking sucks. It's horrible. I'm going up to women and I'm being like, "Hey, do you know who I am?" And they're like, "Yeah, I know who you are. Like, you're a fucking creep, and I want you out of my airspace." And I'm like,
Brendan,
no, you don't understand.
If you come to New York, you just what you do alone will get. If you go to LA, probably not, because it's a different thing. You have to be.
Yeah, I'm not going to LA. I'm going to New York.
But New York is like, I have a podcast. This is they look you up. They see. They go, "Oh, okay, this checks out." Listen, there you go.
I have been approaching women lately and with mixed results. No, I haven't gotten anywhere with it actually. So I guess it's not mixed results, but it's just like some women are nicer than others is all I'm saying. When you come up to them, like some will be like, "Oh, hi, yes, of course." Others will just like become a torpedo, like, "Hi, I'm Brendan," and they're gone.
Listen, Brendan.
Yes.
Now I know you're planning this big move, and I know you're in between jobs. So I don't know, what kind of money you got saved up.
Yeah.
But if you get to where you're ready to mix up the format, what you do when you have one of these gals on the show, you meet them at their mall.
Yeah, that's a fucking good idea.
That's what you do. You walk around, you take them to Sbarro, You get love in the air. That's amore.
It's very like meeting a pedophile on AIM in 2002.
But like I'm just like she's writing me in a massage chair in the sharper image.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could go to Spencer's Gifts.
Dude, Spencer's is a hoot, man.
You could get her a glow in the dark mushroom poster.
The biggest mall is in Queens here in the in Manhattan. I mean, sorry, in New York City.
Yeah.
They have a mall in Queens. It's a big mall.
What
And
mall?
I've never heard of this.
It's out off the E train. Mall in Queens, New York. There's Queens Center, there's Queens Place Mall, and there's Plaza 48. But I think Queens Center is the one.
That sounds chill.
I think I've been to that one.
Okay, my brother and I are always joking about this place in Tempe, here where we live on Baseline Road. It's called Wendy's Center, and it's literally just a Wendy's in an auto zone, but it's called a Wendy's Center. And so we were like, oh man, yeah, you got to check out Michael Jackson is going to be at Wendy's Center. Anyway, I don't know why maybe that's not funny at all. I'm sorry.
So Baijiu. Is there anything else we got to know about Baijiu?
Oh, well, yeah, I was just going to explain more of the connection.
Go ahead.
So the reason you can get, if you're willing and you develop a taste for it, I'm going to demonstrate something. So you'll notice I've been drinking mostly out of this. This is a Chinese spirits tasting glass. It holds like about a shot. It's like a much easier thing to drink out of. But if you have baijiu in China at a meal, they serve it in this glass, which is hard to tell because for perspective, but it's only the size of the top of my little pinky finger. This holds just a few milliliters of liquid, and it becomes increasingly hard to pour as you get wrecked. But you fill it up like a wine glass, and they'll toast with this little glass about 100 times during a meal.
Wow.
And you have to drink the whole thing bottoms up. And as we talked earlier, it's a foul and repugnant liquid, and it's also very high alcohol. So you want to just get it down.
Is this podcast sponsored by the Chinese Communist Party?
No.
I can neither confirm.
Better dead than red. No.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm getting mixed signals here.
Wouldn't you say the Gremlins are the red menace? I mean, did you see the eyes? The Gremlins' eyes are red. That white, it would be
and
white.
They're just like spawning. This idea that they're that they're just like a renewable resource.
Yeah, they are. They're just libs. Joe Dante was incredibly based in Red Pills, and this is a metaphor for libs.
One of my favorite scenes in Red Dawn is when Powers Booth is in the movie. They're at the camp. They're
Gremlin?
No, in Red Dawn.
Directed by Amanda Milius.
Directed by the beautiful and charming Amanda Milius.
Yeah.
And
Amanda Milius Senior.
Powers Booth plays a like a paratrooper, like an Air Force pilot who gets lost behind enemy lines, and he meets up with the what were they called? The
Wolverines.
The Wolverines,
yeah.
exactly. And they're like, well, what about 2 billion scream in China or whatever? And he like pours like a bottle of whiskey over the campfire, and it goes, and he goes, 1 billion scream in China, because like I guess like China got nuked in the movie.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, why not? Like nuke China. Like, they got people to spare. Like,
exactly. We're doing them a favor.
Exactly.
Hello.
Yeah.
Less carbon emissions. Anyone?
Yeah. Less Uyghurs.
Yeah.
Uyghurs.
Get those fucking Uyghurs out of here.
They hate Uyghurs as almost as much as I do.
I think there's a universe. I think I think there's a universe where John Milius just kept making incredibly based movies, and there's a Genghis Khan biopic out there in a multiverse. I really like his daughter, at least that documentary that she made, and I like her go-getter spirit, and I hope that they make. I hope she becomes like Catherine Bigelow and makes
better than Catherine Bigelow.
No, but you know what? Yeah, but you know what I mean, like undeniable,
I do.
like ballsy.
But I have I have several ideas for some really based Latinx projects that
Drop a mommy, dog. Drop a mommy.
That Amanda Milius could help with. Okay. And so I want her to know that there's some synergy there. Like as the Republican Party evolves into a white Latino alliance, that I can help. that I can help with that in a big way. Okay. And Jay, quite frankly, Jay can help as well. Jaime Corrales. Okay, I don't know. We have
Brendan, I thought you were I thought you were Filipino.
Oh, yeah. They called me that at my high school graduation, Brendan. They added LowRes is your LowRes is Mexican and Brendan is Filipino. I thought I'm whatever Dave Bautista is. Just Google him, look him up real quick.
What? Anthony? Why are you calling me Filipino right now?
No.
It's getting a little bit uncomfortable.
That's what happens,
dude.
No, you're I thought you were Portuguese.
It's the Baijiu.
I'm Portuguese and Mexican.
Oh,
yeah. I'm both.
And Filipino.
I would love to have a Portuguese Mexican salsa. That would be so tangy and good.
Well, I'll hook it up, dude. But I worked with a woman who was Filipina, and oh my god, like
never again.
No, for real. Look, she had like 5 kids or whatever, but she was still hot, and I really, I mean, whatever. But I don't work at that job anymore. I don't have access to this woman anymore.
Your security clearance.
There's always LinkedIn. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's you know what I should probably look her up on like hey, what up?
Yeah, you don't work with her anymore. You got nothing to lose.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, Wolfman. But Joe Dante foresaw all of this that we're talking about with Gremlins.
Before he started directing episodes of MacGyver, because I just looked up what he's up to lately, and it's not pleasant. It's all MacGyver and DC's Legends of Tomorrow and Hawaii Five-0 episodes.
Oh, I guess you could say Dante's peaked.
Yo.
There we go. I'm back.
You know what? I listened to a really good episode of Dante on Marin, but I forget what he said. So.
I remember it. I think wasn't he also on the Bret Easton Ellis podcast as well?
That's possible.
I think I remember that. Seems like a chill dude.
He seems chill.
He seems really, really focused. I remember on like the money thing, the money angle. Well, if you do this for the thing and then you get this, like I think I remember that. And he kind of got really into the nitty gritty about producing movies in Hollywood. He's like he's a company guy. He's a he did a sort of one of those little vignettes in that Twilight Zone movie.
Yep.
The was it Zemeckis or Zemeckis?
Yeah, I think it was Zemeckis. There was
Spielberg did it.
John Landis
killed
and he killed people children. And people died.
Yes.
Vic Morrow and the 2 Asian children got decapitated from the helicopter blades.
R.I.P. to my fellow Filipinos.
I wanted to do for this is our last episode of the year. I wanted to do a year-end episode with the movie Twilight Zone because just for that one scene where Dan Aykroyd's in the car. And they pull up and he's like, you want to see something real scary? And do you remember that? And he
I
turns
He
do.
shows a
around.
micro penis.
He has a micro penis. He has an inverted micro penis.
No, I've never seen the Twilight Zone movie.
Oh, it's incredible. The scene is like the very first scene. They're in the car singing Midnight Special. Let the Midnight Special, and it's like it's like hanging out with your best friend. It's like hanging out with your best bud in the middle of the night. And you're just on this long drive, and you're joking around and.
It's Albert Brooks. Albert Brooks is his buddy in the car too. So
Albert
you've
Brooks,
got,
right.
like good double taste of different comedy from the 1980s.
Yeah, Albert Brooks, Dan Aykroyd, and you feel comfortable with these guys. And Dan Aykroyd's like, "Hey, you want to see something? You want to see something real scary?" And Albert Brooks is like, "Yeah, all right, sure." He's like, "No, but it's really scary." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "What is it?" He's like, "Oh, pull the car over." Pulls the car over.
It's actually the raw footage of Vic Morrow's death. Of
Yeah.
his decapitation on the set.
It's a video of it. It's just a
He pulls it
video
up
of
on
it.
his phone.
That's on his phone. But he turns around and he's like, "Ah!" That always just fucked me up as a kid. But I wonder who directed that part. Who directed that piece?
I think that might have been Spielberg did the World War II segment. I'm fairly certain. I think another well-recognized director did the wraparound, which was that. That was like I don't know if you guys remember back in the early 2000s when it would be like some relative sends you a video, but you got to get up real close to read the fine print, and then all of a sudden a scary face pops up. Sometimes Blair's Exorcist. That's like the original version of that back in the 1980s.
Yeah.
Is that Dan Aykroyd monster face that comes up in the film?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That freaked you the fuck out. Wait. Did Dante do the one about Anthony, or did he do the last one with the troll on the airplane?
I'm looking.
No, that was George Miller who did Mad Max. He did the John Lithgow creature on the wing of the plane bit.
Oh, that was
which
him.
was originally Gremlin.
Yeah, also
In
Gremlin.
the original Twilight Zone.
I thought Spielberg did the one about the kicking of the can.
Okay.
Scatman Crothers.
Okay. So the prologue with Albert Brooks and Dan Aykroyd was John Landis. Okay.
Oh.
It makes sense.
And then segment 1 is a partial reworking of The Quality of Mercy. It's about some guy who's like bitter after being passed over for a promotion in favor of a Jewish co-worker.
Oh, that's Vic Morrow. That's the Vic Morrow one.
Okay, that one was directed by Landis.
Okay.
The second one was directed by Spielberg with Scatman Crothers.
Right. That's the can kicker.
And then the third one was with Kathleen Quinlan and Jeremy Licht about like somebody, they're in like a rural area or something.
That's Anthony, and he like runs his household.
Right. Yeah, and that's Joe Donnie. That's Joe.
That's
Donnie.
Joe Dante. Okay.
And then the fourth one is George Miller, the guy that LowRes was talking about. That's the one. That's the John Lithgow one. What was that? Shatner when the original one.
Yeah.
Shatner.
Yes.
Scared of the guy on.
How is it that John Lithgow is not gay?
Hey, hey, show me the pussy, girl.
Hey, yes.
where the pussy at, baby?
I'm
ready. I'm hungry.
It's the same way that Kevin Kline is married to Phoebe Cates.
Hey, Kevin, I'm coming over. I'm coming over to fuck you and Phoebe.
Yeah, it's two fucking like living theater characters.
John Lithgow lives around the corner, and he literally walks around with a fucking French beret on. He's one of those guys.
Oh, what a thing.
I'm late for the theater. I'm late.
I met that guy, and he has possibly the biggest fucking head I've ever seen on a human being.
Yeah, he's 6'7" or something like that. He's crazy Frankenstein size.
What's that? Okay,
but even then, his head is big for that frame. Like it's like it's like the size of a pumpkin. It's gigantic.
Pumpkinhead Lithgow.
So yeah. I feel like Scatman Carruthers should have been in Gremlins. They should have figured out a way to work him in.
Oh yeah, that could have been. He could have played like.
Well, this was the '80s. They already had the one black guy.
Townsfolk. Yeah.
Right. He could have been Dick Miller's character. Isn't that his name? Dick Miller?
Dick Miller, but
Dennis?
I can't because Dick Miller's a Dante alum.
Right. Dick Miller is he's one of those character actors. He's almost like Harry Dean Stanton or like who's that guy that just died? He was in Quantum Leap.
Oh,
Scott Bakula? Or no,
Richard Dean
Dean Norris.
Anderson.
Richard Dean Anderson. He's kind of
No,
like
Dean,
that guy.
Dean Norris is Breaking Bad. He's very alive.
Oh yeah, that's it. Shit, yeah.
what's the guy's name?
Isn't it Richard Dean Anderson?
Stockwell.
Dean Stockwell.
Dean Stockwell.
Yeah, he's awesome. Dean Stockwell is awesome. The greatest.
Yeah. He played the original Edmund. Oh well, he played Edmund in the movie version
King
of
Lear.
Long Day's Journey into Night,
Oh, okay.
which was the O'Neill play. It's one of my favorite plays.
Well, yeah, it's about LowRes and his family. But what was I going to say about Stockwell? He's in a great Jonathan. People I know hate Jonathan Demme, but Married to the Mob is so funny, and Dean Stockwell is in it. He's very funny in it.
Yeah, isn't it? It's weird how people like they hate certain people now that you're
What is the problem with Demme?
Yeah, they hate Demme. They hate Terrence Malick, who I think is the greatest.
They hate Cosby, just bullshit.
They hate Cosby. Yeah, they hate R. Kelly, the greatest singer that ever lived.
But they hate Scorsese too, though. They hate Scorsese.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Scorsese.
The Scorsese thing is something different, though. That's the nerds who really enjoy the Marvel films. That's not coming from a pretentious angle necessarily. Like I think the people criticizing Malick, like, oh, these guys, are so overrated.
They think that Malick is a Lexus commercial, but here's the problem: is that the Lexus and Toyota identified a man who communicates the language of God through film. And
there you go.
You know, and that's my belief is that if you want people to any person like not just cinephiles to have the experience of God in cinema, Malick is your guy, because he's just so his visual vocabulary is so beautiful and so accessible. And I think that's a problem for some people. It's like the accessibility of his visual vocabulary makes it seem like he's a chump or something.
It's in that same vein of like how Werner Herzog goes about his work. You know, like in a lot of Herzog movies, you'll just see like he'll just leave the camera there and you're just watching the wind blow.
Yeah, and
you're just watching the power of God.
I think that Aguirre, the Wrath of God, is a spiritual predecessor for like A Thin Red Line.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jay? Are you skeptical?
No, I'm not. I haven't thought of Terrence Malick in that regard before, but it fits with his visual texture that he's developed over the years. I don't know. I don't have a very strong opinion on Malick one way or the other personally. I do enjoy Badlands. I enjoy Thin Red Line, and also To the Wonder, I think, is a bit underrated.
Well, To the Wonder I think was that was the one that's kind of heavily criticized for being like really shallow or something like that. I haven't seen it. I
thought the movie, the one he.
Tree of Life.
Yes, Tree of Life.
Great film.
Yeah, I really like that. I got very emotional watching that.
Yeah, I mean, that movie just speaks to the experience of having like a hard ass Protestant dad in the Midwest, myself included. I mean, in loving this man, like retroactively coming to understand your dad.
Yeah,
such a fucking huge thing.
Yeah,
like that's an experience every man has.
Yes,
where they're like, oh, my dad was hurt. Like he had his own problems. Like he wasn't just this like invincible tough guy. He was a man navigating his way through life.
Yeah,
same as me. That's the most universal thing, the most universal experience you can have as a man.
Yeah.
And
true.
And so if you don't get Tree of Life, then as it turns out, you're not a fucking man.
He ain't got no balls.
And then I'm not gonna stand by that statement, because you know what? I don't like conflict either.
Well, you know, I think that kind of mirrors the relationship between Billy and Rand Peltzer.
Dude,
Yeah.
Gremlins is Joe Dante's Tree of Life.
Well, he
Okay,
gets
here's-
him. He gets
It
him.
is no,
He
'cause
gets him the Mogwai. He gets
I
him the
wanna-
Mogwai as
Well,
a
that's- okay,
substitute for his own of his absence.
No, I wanted to
The
talk about
substitute
this.
of his
Yes, go
for his
off,
presence.
go off.
This is just a small little point, but a testament to Billy Peltzer's virtue and what makes him such a great protagonist is that Billy Peltzer knows that his dad's inventions fucking suck, but he goes out of his way to use them in the house because he still believes in his father
This
and he
man
wants
is.
to be a good son.
What kind of father is this? What kind of husband is this? The poor woman, the mother. She's just blindly cutting onions and crying for no reason
Listen,
in the kitchen.
she knew what she was getting into. She didn't have to say yes when he popped the question.
And you know,
I think
he's making his family deal with his failed inventions. Like, what do you do?
Listen,
You know,
but
okay,
listen,
you got to
they
admit
can't-
when you failed, you throw
Hold
it
on.
out, you get a regular coffee machine, try it again, but
Now,
don't
hold
make your
on.
family have to deal with your bad decisions.
I'm gonna stan Rand Peltzer here. Look,
Thank
yeah,
you.
he may be a goofball. His inventions may not be, they may not be the best.
No.
It's not Fisher Price. It's not Black and Decker. But that's a nice fucking house they're living in. No one's starving, so he's clearly got some money coming in.
Wait a minute. How do we know this money isn't from her family?
yeah, the father-in-law.
How
Father-in-law.
dare you? How dare you?
Yeah.
That's what I literally thought while I
Yeah.
was watching the movie.
Like they're living off of her inheritance. You can't. Clearly the money is coming from
The
from
money is
mom's
the money is coming from a relative who's never mentioned, who we never see.
yes, correct.
No, I don't buy it.
So where do you think? Where do you think the money's coming from? Wolfman?
I think Rand Peltzer is in a slump. I think he's past his prime, and he needs a win.
Okay.
Dude, this movie is so the depth of this movie's influence is so insane because it's like he's Clark Griswold,
Yeah,
for one, right?
sure.
This is It's Home Alone, obviously.
Yeah.
Another great Christmas flick.
Yeah. I mean, it's Critters, it's Hobgoblins.
Christmas Story,
Gangs of New York
just with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Chinese angle.
The Departed.
with the Irish
Correct.
menace.
Irishman.
The Master. We talked about that earlier, I believe.
The
The
mask.
Aviator, and the mask.
The Mask. Sure.
Also,
Yeah.
mask with Cher and
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
Hell, fucking
it takes on these
Leaving
old
Las
tropes.
Vegas. Did we say that?
It because it's got the Jekyll and Hyde thing, and it's also the Gremlins thing, which is referred to directly in the film, like the idea of like the little green man or this invisible menace or the foreign menace, perhaps.
Toy Story.
Rich Toy Story.
Sure.
Small soldiers.
Anything by Almodovar.
I'm really excited for you to see the second one. The more you talk about it, I think. Yeah.
I mean, I like the second one because the Mogwai were all different. They were all like different little characters.
And you
It-
got
it
Murray
gets- they
fucking
take a-
kicking
they-
ass in the
it's-
second one.
They were just
Really
really
more Planet of
cute.
the Apes. There's There's the intellectual one who tries to
Yeah,
like, have
yeah,
a peace
yeah.
treaty with the heroes at the
Yeah.
TV station.
Exactly.
There's the sexy one. There's the intellectual one. There's the spider one. There's the electric one.
Oh, there's the bat one. Yeah,
The bat one.
Terrible.
Well, Dick Miller's character in the first one is going, yeah, you know, they make all kinds of gremlins. They put them in your watch. You got little gremlins that fit in your watch.
Yeah.
Dude,
So in
that
the
character was
sequel-
awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
that was based in Red Pilled, right? I mean,
Oh
like,
yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yes.
Totally based around
Yeah.
He's like a World War II vet. He's wearing the B-2 bomber fucking jacket
Mhm.
that those guys would wear. and now it's his like little farm coat that he wears. But
Yeah.
Well,
that's why he's talking about WWII.
And that was awesome.
Speaking-
WWII. Never
Yeah.
heard that.
Speaking to the anti-immigrant allegory that this movie is, the first two people that the Gremlins menace are the black guy and the Futtermans. They're displacing the working class in small town America.
That's right.
Yeah, very much.
So true.
It's
And I
plain as
view it
day.
as-
Read between the lines.
Also like an allegory about technology, because he like talks about that with the Gremlins, but also it's like you can't even take care of your dog. You can't even handle the technology you already have. So when this crazy technology that has all these weird rules comes along, you're obviously going to nuke everyone.
I also think it's almost like a deterrent for Chinese goods. It's like this sort of propaganda for
I mean,
like
and it's
American made shit.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
says it. He's like, it's a
something-
Kentucky Roadster. It's like the best thing in it. It's American.
Yeah, yeah.
No?
I mean, they really, I mean, like the fact that he's hammering that, he's like, another foreign piece of shit.
Yeah.
But and then I feel like that's the theme is a little bit continued with the small soldiers, you know.
Yeah.
Which Jonathan Rosenbaum loved.
Well, was that? I actually have two Scotsmen. I have two Scotsmen who, when we first started this show, got in touch with me. I met them randomly at a bar, but they got in touch with me. They were listening to a couple of the episodes. They said they wanted to come on and talk about small soldiers.
I mean, it's the problem is that it's more interesting. The message is more interesting than the movie. I don't care that much about the movie, you know, like, oh, who's the kid?
It had a great soundtrack.
I just thought of this real quick. Isn't Gremlins 2 a New Year's Eve film?
Is it a New Year's Eve?
I feel like it ends on New Year's Eve. There could be a sequel to this show for Gremlins 2 and have it sync up because it's New Year's Eve. I'm fairly certain because the sexy gremlin comes out and she like takes off her dress or whatever.
She's like a New Year's Eve stripper.
Yes. All the gremlins get wiped out except I think like the Malcolm X gremlin and the slutty gremlin. So
does anybody know how this movie got created?
I do
No,
I don't.
I wish I would have done more research because
We should do a
really
show on this
insane
movie. And so what? What did you say?
Just go. Yeah, no, we're good. We want to hear. We're dying to hear.
Well, is it just so to add to the possible agenda with this movie? Did anybody else notice that the entire town is built on a soundstage?
Oh, it's Back to the Future.
I mean, but even
It's the exact same stage as Back to the Future.
Like it's all on the Warner Brothers lot. So getting back to American workmanship, you know, building this entire town.
Yeah.
And then having this the underlying message of keeping the Irish menace out.
Yeah. Don't let them invade our suburbs.
Yeah.
I'm sure that everyone on the show is at least a little bit Irish.
I know, but that's why
I think I'm mostly Irish.
So my brother did one of those DNA things, and he's 13% Irish. I imagine I can't be far off. So
you come back 100%.
Yeah,
that'd be fucked up.
Uh-oh.
Somebody'd have a lot of explaining to do.
No, my old man just drank more that night.
Yeah, there you go.
Jim, yeah,
that hurts.
He had James.
The Irish, you know, we did a Irish.
Whoa!
We did
we
did a Gangs of New York episode, and I read this book called Paddy's Lament about the Irish the famine, the potato famine, about what it did and kind of like what the beef is between Britain and it's just wild to know how Irish people actually lived. But what's really funny about Irish people is that every Irish person is like a good singer. Irish people could sing their asses off.
Yeah,
I'm a great singer.
Like the Mogwai.
So I'm basically half. I mean, I play up the Mexican Portuguese angle a lot, but I'm half Anglo. My family were Irish Protestants.
Oh, so from Belfast.
Well, I mean, they were from England.
From
They were
Belfast.
Anglo-Irish. They were Anglo-Irish who came to America from England. I mean, I don't know how far back they were in Ireland, but my last name, like if you heard my full name, you'd be like, well, that guy's obviously 100% Irish.
It's
And,
O'Crahy.
yeah.
His last name is O'Crahy. His
Brendan
his
O'Crahy.
family's from the Cork and Kerry Mountains.
But I'm racist against the Irish, so
Yeah, what's the deal, man? I mean, what
So-
the fuck's wrong with the Irish? Wait a
nothing.
second. Is
No,
Peltzer
just watch Gremlins.
Yeah.
is Peltzer
That's all you
a-
need to
Green
know.
Menace.
wait, is Peltzer as German? Peltzer?
I guess.
Sounds
What family is
But the thing is, the dad strikes me as being like an Irish drunk.
Yeah.
Like and that
Yeah.
and that
Maybe a
Gremlins is a
Pollock.
metaphor, and Gremlins is a metaphor for his alcoholism.
There's that. But so here,
obsession with fancy.
so yeah, I don't have anything against the Irish. I'm just saying that's just what jumped out to me watching the movie, because you have little Gizmo who comes on all soft and furry and cute, like a charming Irishman. Oh, excuse me, miss. Oh, that package looks frightfully heavy. Let me help you there with that. And then you get them wet, and then all of a sudden there's trouble. So yeah,
Yeah,
first
yeah.
they attack the black guy and the Futtermans. They displace the working class. They multiply a little, and then what? Then where do we find them? Beating the wife in the kitchen.
Exactly.
Classic Irish move. And then they take over the fucking town pool. It's an indoor pool, obviously, so they can wear their shoes in it. And then once they've multiplied, they're in the goddamn bar, getting drunk as shit, trashing the place, shooting each other. And what's their weakness? Sunlight.
Yeah.
Irish
let's be-
menace.
Because they're so fair skinned.
Because they're so
if
fair
you-
skinned, those bogtrotters, they can't take the bright American sun.
I honestly,
If you're
I-
eating after midnight, you're drunk.
Exactly.
yeah, I have no argument. Those are all good, solid points. You won me over. But that's
And they're
why
green.
that's why I'm mostly Italian.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nah.
back
Yeah, when
It's like
convenient.
it's anybody who has Irish blood who also has something else. They're like, yeah, I'm Maltese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like James Joyce, like the most famous Irish writer, like refused to live in Ireland. And I will never go back there in my fucking ever. Any guy, I grew up with a guy, went to school with a guy, his family is from Ireland. I was like, oh, Ireland, it's been cool. He's like, it's the worst place in the world. Why would you ever want to go there?
Yeah.
The place is shit. There's nothing there. And everyone there is miserable and they suck. Like, wow. Why is that?
Harsh.
What happened?
Yeah.
Was it ever different? Was it ever?
Dude, I think it's a little bit harsh. I mean,
Yeah.
the Anglos, like the Anglos run the world, so there's going to be a lot of anti-Irish propaganda, I think.
That's true.
That makes sense.
You know. hey, it's an English world. We're just living in it, baby.
And that's true. I mean, I've gotten along with the Irish people that I've met.
Speaking the kings.
Were there any Irish people in this movie, The Gremlins?
Well, let's see.
I wonder if Hoyt Axton is
Feldman,
Irish.
that sounds Irish, right?
Feldman.
Yeah.
Oy vey,
No.
oy vey, where's my corned beef?
There's
What? I should have to give my pot of gold to a leprechaun?
It turns out that the Chinese grandfather, was actually just an Irishman in makeup.
Yeah. An Irishman, they dress like that.
Yeah. There's Zach Galligan. I don't know.
Galligan.
It could go either way.
Yeah, he seems
Phoebe-
Irish to me.
Phoebe Cates looks like she'd be a dusky Irish lass.
Yeah, she's black. She's black Irish.
Black
God damn,
guy.
she's a beauty.
Yo, hey, yo, bro, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
Where my pot of gold at?
I'm Catholic, bitch.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell is
Catholic.
Irish. Colin
Colin
Farrell is
Farrell's
Farrell's a
great.
black
Irish guy.
Irishman. He's a great man, and I love him very much.
Colin
Yeah.
Farrell.
Yeah, I think he's cool.
Yeah, he's great, right?
Yeah, he is great.
He's the man.
I think Hoyt Axton is Irish. Looking it up.
Oh, speaking of Irish, Trevor, Anthony, did you guys notice? Did you recognize the gas station attendant who Peltzer sells the ashtray to is the deputy from Billy Jack, the one with the
That's
whore
right.
daughter who looks like
That's
David
right.
Duchovny.
That's right. Good
I
call.
did not catch that. Good
Good
job.
call. Whose wife is the whore.
Yes, his daughter's the hooer.
And
Yeah.
furthermore, one of the
His daughter,
deputy cops is the guy
Jonathan
from Breaking
Banks.
Bad, right?
Yeah, Jonathan Banks.
Nice.
Oh yeah, he was in Beverly Hills Cop and Breaking Bad.
And 48 Hours. He's Nick
48
Nolte's
Hours.
partner.
Oh,
and he
that-
gets
that-
shot.
48 Hours rocks, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Walter Hill's the man.
Yeah.
But one cool thing. So Joe Dante also directed The Howling, which I'm a fan of naturally.
Yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, you got Dick Miller. You got the broad, like the poor mom walking around with her kids who look like Thing 1 and Thing 2.
Yeah.
Like she's in The Howling, but the music, like when the Gremlins come out in part of the score, you hear this element like that's kind of underlying the music, and it's got this churning noise, and it goes like, that's straight out of the Howling score.
Okay.
And when Billy is chasing down that one gremlin at the school and he's in like the nurse's office, I shit you not, they use like the exact lighting that they use in the records room in The Howling when the chick gets killed by Eddie Quist. Just a little trivia.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I really like the score of the movie. It was
The Gremlin Rag.
the Gremlin Rag, of course, but also just that thing that you're talking about, that
Mhm.
like that really creepy. That for some reason I've always viewed this movie as kind of beloved and like nostalgic, but rewatching it now, I'm like, this is a very freaky movie for a Christmas movie.
Oh yeah.
What you have Phoebe Cates' whole backstory.
Yeah, her monologue.
Where you find out why she hates Christmas, and you're like, oh, she probably didn't get a pony or something like that. And it's like, no, her father died in the chimney, and they found his rotting corpse
That was
a week
awesome.
later.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a dark movie.
Yeah.
And I guess this was a hit
Yeah.
because
Had to be.
made Joe Dante.
right, this was a hit, and this was also Spielberg. You know, he, like I said, they use the same set for Back to the Future. This is the same Hill Valley set. The clock tower is just off to the right when you see the movie theater.
Oh man,
Right
all right.
there.
I didn't notice that.
It's exact same set. And he produces that movie like that year in 84, because I believe it comes out in 85. So, you know.
And I'm not trying to be provocative, but
Oh my God.
I'm not trying to be provocative, but
course
what do you
not.
think Spielberg, Landis, Joe Dante, when they get together, what do you think happens?
Now?
They fight over who gets the check, folks.
I mean, at any point in history.
Well, there's
I don't think-
audio of, I think, Spielberg, Lucas, and maybe one other of those guys talking about Indiana Jones, right? They want to talk about how they're going to do Raiders of the Lost Ark. And Lucas and I think Spielberg are like, all right, so he falls in love with the girl, and she's going to be 13. And then this is all real. I believe it's like there's a transcript of this somewhere. And then someone's like, well, hold on a second. It might be a little, if he falls in love with a 13-year-old girl, even if she's a student, that might be a little too much. So maybe we'll make her like 16 or something. I don't know. So that's the kind of quality dialogue that you have in the presence of the Hollywood masters, as I like to call them.
Oh dear. I just think, I think if you're powerful, and you have all that dopamine that comes from the power, that you're going to be chasing the high a little bit.
Well, wouldn't you think that like they would be coming to you?
The hot 13-year-old student.
hot
you mean?
13-year-olds.
Yeah.
I mean,
That Corey Feldman?
listen, I can just say this as host of Tales from the Mall. 100%.
Yeah. I mean,
100%. They come for you,
well, why?
By the way-
Why,
by the way,
does it
okay,
gotta?
okay,
Why
guys.
does it gotta be young people though?
guys.
It's just
I
weird.
have to.
Why
I
can't it be
have to
young
read-
looking people?
I have something to read you guys that you guys are gonna find really funny. By the way, and I gotta find it, but once I find it, okay. So I got a DM on Twitter from a girl. She said, your podcast does things to me. And I said, oh, I see you're enjoying it. She said, very much. And I said, that's awesome. Thanks for letting me know. And then she wrote facts. She says, facts about me. I give the sloppiest top.
What?
Two, I'm 18. And I said, I'm kind of suspicious when people come on this strong.
Yeah, that sounds like an FBI agent.
I know that's
Yeah,
what,
Sounds like
that
that sounds like FBI agent Dale Cooper trying to lure you into a trap.
Facts about me. 1, I'm 18. 2, I give the sloppiest.
3, I love a cup of coffee. That's how you knew.
Oh, for sure. Oh, really? Nice.
Cool.
Well, by the time she's 25, she'll clean it up. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the top is
She'll clean it up.
immaculate
Yeah,
top.
exactly.
Immaculate top.
Yeah.
No residue.
If you really are 18,
Gross.
if you're
What
really
is all
18,
this?
if you're really 18 and you're texting guys you don't know and have never talked to before about giving the sloppiest top, you're not gonna fucking make it.
No, you're not
Okay.
gonna fucking
Like you're damaged for real.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yet you give the sloppiest top. Hey, Toots, how's the bottom?
No, any girl,
But here would be my other thought is that, like, by all means, if you're listening to this, don't be discouraged by what we say. Like keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Yeah. You might wind up on the next episode.
we get no girl listeners.
Yeah.
Very proud. We are the He-Man Woman Haters Club here.
I don't.
If
know
you
what? I
wanted
don't even
pussy,
think-
my friend, you have wandered into the wrong jungle, my brother. This is all dick all day.
I don't even
we
think
like it like that here.
I don't even think girls like it when I like post about the show.
Yeah, no,
Like,
they
I don't think a
unfollow.
single girl who's a mutual of mine likes that post.
Yeah.
Do you guys have got to get girls on the show? Like getting that's the whole thing. Like Tales from the Mall. Like I can't stop. Like I'm texting constantly now because I've got to ask girls on the show. Like,
Dude, I would love to have a girl on the show. I just haven't met one that's like worth talking to.
I've done 174 episodes of movies. I think I've had one female guest at this point.
No, I mean you 100% have to talk about girl shit.
Yeah.
Have you listened?
Man.
Have you guys listened to the girl
Boring.
episodes? Wolfman, you listened to the girl episodes of Tales.
Oh,
from the Mall.
I've listened to your girl episodes.
that's
You're
different.
incredible, but that's
That's
because
different.
you come from, as you said in your last episode with Jess, you
I'm
come
a feminine
from
man.
a feminine angle,
Yeah.
and
but
I like that, and
Yeah.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
When
I
I
mean-
talk to girls that I work with, like the women at my job and stuff,
Mhm.
I'm very they're my friends. We're close. We do have a good bond and stuff. But to have on a girl that I've never spoken to and don't know from Twitter, that's just
Well,
to me. That's
Very
always weird. The
erotic.
Twitter stuff is very weird.
Well, and also
this show's
sensual.
about drinking and movies.
yeah.
Your show's about the mall, which
Yeah.
lends itself to a female
More of a girl
perspective.
That's
topic.
true.
That's a good
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
more
Well,
of a
and
girl
it's also
topic.
on your show, Brendan. Your show is very personal and it's one-on-one. And women talking about themselves or about life is one thing.
Mhm.
Getting a girl to come on a show with 3 dudes, one whose face is not visible, and a bunch of booze and talk about movies That's a whole other dog.
Yeah, it sounds like date rape.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Let's get drunk and watch a movie.
Yeah.
So-
You need at
so,
least
uh,
3 other
yes.
girls.
So
Yeah.
Per
Stacy,
appearance.
what do you think about the anti-Irish sentiment of Gremlins?
Yeah. Click.
Stacey O'Gara.
That's what that is.
Oh my God, I gotta go, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point. That's a good point. I don't know, but you know what? I mean, as much the more I find out about women, the more I learn bad stuff about them.
Well,
But I just can't stop. I mean, I'm obsessed with the fucking ladies.
Yep.
I appreciate it, and the ones that you've had on your show are all very enchanting. But honestly, another thing we got to think about is if we have a broad on here, I don't know if we'll ever get Dan Thrall back.
Well, well, don't worry about that because
That was a joke. God damn it.
Well, no. I mean, I understand why you say that, but I mean, there's going to be an in-person episode of Tales from the Mall with Dan Thrall. We're gonna
Tales from the Mall with Dan Thrall.
Yeah,
That's gonna be epic.
in person.
Nice.
We're gonna walk around the mall together.
So that's what I'm talking about. Do that with chicks, man.
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea.
But you have to tell me, I have to hold your hand while we record.
Well, that's, to be honest though, TBH. Like that should be the girl's idea.
No, because you know what?
Men
Harvey-
gotta lead, Holmes.
No, I know you gotta leave, but you
Harvey
want to
Weinstein.
that's heavy.
Okay, my man Harvey Weinstein did nothing wrong. That's I really
You're
believe
mixing
that.
that's what I'm saying. As soon as you do that, you're mixing work with that. Now you're like you're just.
But
I've
what
been
if
doing
the
that,
work is
and that's
the
what I'm
girl
doing.
watching him shower? That's just the
What's-
podcast is
hey,
in the shower.
Tales
what's-
from the shower.
What's wrong with a man loving his work? Isn't that the dream?
Dude,
That's the thing.
those tapes are so cringe, man. When he was like
It's like,
talking
okay,
about it, he was like,
what do they
"Please
think-
just come here. Please just come over here and just watch me,
Okay.
please. Please just watch me jerk it
Those are
off."
cringe. Those
Yeah,
are cringe.
you will never work in you will never work in this. You will never work in this town again. I'm very powerful. Please just come in here. Just come in here. And she the whole time she's like, "No, I don't want to. No, why are you talking to me like that? No, I don't want." It was
Okay,
like
so that's one
fucking
miss. That's one miss. But here's
he
my
whiffed it.
What
He
do they
whiffed
think
it.
happens? What do they think happens when we hit stop? Like what? Just like, oh, I'm not talking to Anthony. Like, oh, what? We're friends.
Yeah.
It just happens to be that the relationship between men and women involves a little bit more
What? Yeah.
fucking
And
and fucking.
And this is not a big ask. Hey, come meet me in a public place in the daytime,
Yeah.
and we'll walk around and talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a Craigslist buy.
Yeah.
but you have
Bring your Carfax.
yeah, I
Bring the pussy facts, bitch.
mean
I need to know.
Yeah.
I need to know how stepped on that is.
Oh,
Tested
Jesus.
with
I don't
proof.
care about
Yeah.
like the more stepped on, the better. Like I'm relying on. I haven't had sex in 5 years. I'm praying for the horniest female on earth to come into my orbit.
What do you
Dude,
do?
fly that broad out to Arizona.
What do you do to cope with no sex?
Brendan, how do you get the gremlins wet? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
I mean, as you guys probably figured out by now, like I whack off every day. At least once a day, but I have gone periods without it. But you literally rely on hope. Like today's gonna be the day, tomorrow's gonna be the day.
But is it
Wow.
just like because there's no women there?
I don't know. I believe that I am cursed. I
No, don't think so.
have come this close. Like
Oh,
this
okay.
is
I
my
didn't know where this is going.
this is my penis. This is a vagina. I have come this close within the last year multiple times to the point where it's humiliating that it didn't happen.
Okay, now Brendan, did it
Yeah.
not happen? Did it not happen because you self-sabotaged?
No,
Okay.
It's because I don't know. Women are insane.
No,
Like-
do you think that it's just people aren't?
Can they
don't
smell?
think that-
One thought I had is just I stink of desperation at 5 fucking years. You can smell that on me.
All right.
Well, wait,
Yeah, that makes sense.
But wait a second. Could it also be that people just aren't having sex a lot now?
No,
I
don't
Maybe.
don't make those kinds of
I'm a bad.
excuses.
I'm a bad.
I
judge
think
of
you
that.
got to change your goal plan here and say, I'm not having sex with this girl. What I'm going to do is I'm going to treat myself Louis C.K. style, masturbate in front of her so I get the pleasure. And if you go with that in mind, then you're not working yourself up like, oh damn, I gotta get in the hole. No, you just gotta jerk off, same as you
Right.
always do.
Right.
All right.
That's
So
fair. I mean, good mindset anyway. Not gonna take
CK
it as far as
mindset.
it can go, but yeah, good. I mean, good.
Hey,
good to have in that.
If she gets to watch me jerk off, it's a win. It's still a win.
Oh man, it's like
Yeah.
in sales. There's like this thing. It's like collect no's, like it's like get as many no's as you can, like just so that you keep making sales.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Get jack off in front of as many women as you can.
Until one of them just can't resist jumping on it.
That's basically that's basically what you were taught in life by it's just more like what do you do when you're a guy?
Here's
You
the
know,
thing is that I mean, like I literally believe that like women, like I was thinking like women want nothing to do with me. Like if I get in their airspace, like they want to get rid of me as soon as possible. But that's not true at all. Like
No.
I've been approaching girls lately, and they seem really like they like me. It's just I can't close. I can't close.
well, what do you think
can't
about
or won't?
what do you think about like your how do you feel about the way you look physically and
Better
the
than
way-
I have.
and the way you dress?
Yeah, way better. Like I'm finally. I mean, I'm more who I want to be than I've ever been in my life.
So, all right,
But
Brendan.
I'm talking about in terms of being sexually attractive to the other sex.
Well, I mean, I guess I think that
You know,
I don't-
what I'm saying is, do you have a six pack?
no, I don't have a six pack. But
Okay.
that's
Okay.
I'm
If
not
you
going.
get a six pack, you can get a six pack. You don't
Yeah.
have a job. If
No,
you don't have a
that's-
job, you shouldn't be eating. And you should also be doing like if you also don't have a job, you've got enough time on your hands, bro, to go running 3 miles a day at least. Whenever you don't have a job
This
going
is
on,
horse shit.
just dude, don't take Trevor's advice.
Well,
Trevor has a girlfriend. Trevor found something is very unique. You could do what Trevor did too.
Well,
But
do you have a six-pack?
Trevor's the fattest, most overweight,
Well,
slovenly I've ever seen him, and it's working for him. But most people, you know, if you have like a six pack, that helps.
Brandon, I linked you to a haircut you should get that I think would probably help you out with the ladies.
I'm
the
looking
good
at it right
Dominican
now. I'm
euphemia.
looking at it right now. That's pretty extraordinary. That's pretty extraordinary. I like that a lot. But God, Anthony, you're saying like my only hope is a six pack?
No. I'm talking about numbers here.
Hold on.
I mean, I don't know. I just
I look. I think it's like breakfast is the most important meal of the day, even though it's not necessarily the most exciting or the
Mhm.
tastiest.
Yeah.
It's just important to get something in your stomach and start your day off right. So I guess my advice would be: I know you don't drink.
go to a
But-
prostitute.
All I'm saying is
No.
Oh,
Go to
no,
a
no.
dive bar
All-
right
all I'm
before
saying-
the
Just pick up a pig.
what you're
Just bring
doing-
home some fat pig bitch. and
Exactly.
fuck her. How do you feel about it?
That's what
Yeah, you can do that. You can do
I was
that.
trying to
You
say
can do that. You can do that. You can do that.
Big bitch. Yeah, that would be easy, man.
That's-
That would be-
But that's Brendan's thing. Is Brendan's too picky? That's Brendan's issue.
But you're gonna
It's not that
release
he
the
can't.
pressure
It's like
valve.
it's not the right.
little bit.
It's not the right.
Yeah.
thing.
No,
But let
I'm
me-
not
yeah,
picky
once
at
you-
all.
once you
I'm not
do
picky
that,
at all. In
it's
fact, I
you
had
can
a
be
fat
picky
pig bitch.
afterwards.
I had a fat pig bitch in my fucking greedy claws, and she even fucking was bailed on me.
Wow, that's a 2. That's a 2 out of 3 thing, though. You got 1. You got 2
All
more.
right, all right.
2 more. You'll seal that deal.
Today I was at
try that
Target.
again.
Today I was at Target.
But
And there was
Trevor,
like a
you
fat-
cannot say.
Okay.
Trevor,
Okay.
you cannot say. You've known me for years. You cannot say that what I'm saying is bullshit. When I got in shape, I was in the best shape of my life. I got more pussy than I ever got, and I was broke as shit. I was living in a theater.
Yeah,
I was doing nothing.
But you get
but
pussy
I was
either way.
No, I don't. No, I
Anthony,
don't.
you are hot. Like you're much hotter than me. Like I'm an Iberian bog creature. But I will say this. That today at Target even, I saw this like fat Mexican bitch working behind the counter. She's still. I was still would have fucked her gladly. Like she had like a big gigantic butt, but she was married, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, well, that's tough.
I couldn't do anything. I thought, oh, this is easy. This is going to be real easy. Now she had a ring on her finger. Yes, Wolfman.
Are you just looking to get laid?
Yeah. On my own steam, though. Like not. Yeah.
Are you on any of the dating apps?
I'm on them, and they suck. It's horrible.
Okay. All right.
At least here in Phoenix.
All right. You might just be in a dry town.
Yeah.
It's like the 4th biggest city in the U.S.
You take your glasses off for the picture.
Should I do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Take your glasses off now.
My glasses.
See that? Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. You look like a stoner.
Yeah, you know what? Put the glasses back on. Put them back on.
No, that's good. You'll get stoner chicks.
Yeah, women like that. Yeah.
No, you've got a nice face. The glasses are tricky because when I put on glasses, I look fucked up too. Like I look fucked up.
Oh, wait. Are you saying I look fucked up?
No, I'm saying look at me.
You asshole.
Look at me.
You look great, Anthony. Like
glasses.
Anthony looks like a fucking cult leader because he's got on the Jim Jones.
David Koresh.
Yeah.
But so does Jay. Jay's
But Jay's got on the beanie.
Jay's very hot. By the way, Jay, were you
hipster.
serious about your Times Square Spider-Man? Was that true?
Oh no, of course not. But let's let people believe it was true.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. Delete that.
You should do when you do the Tinder though. Do the Tinder like you're going for an acting job. So like those headshots where it's like you as a doctor, you as a you with glasses, you without glasses. You're a doctor. You're a fireman. You're a
what you could do is you could go to Sears and get some portrait photos done.
Yeah, that's
you could sit down with your hands in your lap.
That would be great.
You could fall backdrop. Hold a ball or something.
Smart,
balloons behind you. That could do it.
No. All you have to do is just come to New York. You're living in a place where like, you don't have to just come to New York. I'm not, no pressure here, but
no.
You're living in a place where it's like everyone's booed up. They're either boot up or they're not worth booting. You go to a more of a populated area, younger people. You've got more potential for.
Yeah, that's a good call.
And I've never been to Phoenix, but it sounds like it might have similarities with where I live. And yeah, if you move to New York, I feel like you'll be going somewhere with a lower like average BMI, and so that'll be good for you.
Oh, that'll help. That'll help too.
Yeah, because that's a big problem where I'm at is the women who aren't fat are very good looking here, but a lot of them are fucking fat.
Sure.
A lot of them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ooh, like they're talking to each other. Ooh. Like whales, the whale.
There we go.
Yeah. I was.
Are these girls huffing helium? What is that?
I wish like just like fat people spoke to each other like whales. They're like.
The thing about it is, I mean, like I fucking love Mexican girls, but they can't even comprehend me. They don't understand me at all.
Yeah.
No, that's not gonna work.
No, it's not gonna work. But it doesn't matter. I'm moving to New York. It's happening. I am Queens Boulevard, as it turns out.
A fresh start will be good because just being in a new place and like having a friend group and being around new people, you're gonna feel different.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so
You're
you're gonna act differently.
I felt different when I was there. Like I acted different too. Like I was
Well-
like more open and
Well,
I had
so
my
like
dick. I had my dick out. I was hanging out.
I had
I was there.
I had a long dry spell like yours
5
before.
years.
So not quite there.
Yeah,
but-
I know. Yeah. Nobody
No,
has.
My longest was 4, so I'm not too far behind you.
Okay, sure.
But I'd had a long dry spell before I moved to LA, and very quickly after moving to LA, I cured the drought.
Sure.
Yeah, I think a change of scenery, I think, is going to work wonders.
You had sexual relations.
I did, believe it or not.
Yeah, when
has
you
happened.
the thing with you, Brendan, is that your energy that you had when I saw you matched the energy that's needed to like sort of people who thrive here. Not saying I'm one of them, but I'm saying the people who I've seen is consistently have that energy of like you will go to Tompkins Square Park, it's downtown in this park because there's going to be this meeting there. There's going to be like a party, a gathering there or something. But then you'll go across town because there's going to be this like maybe there's this church thing happening over here. Like you're a person that like I feel like you would go to these events just because there's all this shit happening around here all the time when you're not dealing with the deadliest pandemic on record, killing millions as we speak. God bless their souls.
Omni cringe variant.
Omni cringe. Yeah, but like, am I right in assuming that? I feel like
no. That sums me up. Like that's me. Like I want to be everywhere.
Yeah, if you knew that it was only like a half an hour, 25 minutes away from like some fun activity, you would just go, all right, I'm going to go do that. And then while I'm over there, I'm going to go check out this like grocery store that's like Polish themed or something.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. Like,
that's how Trevor was too when he lived here.
He's just hanging out at the Polish grocery store.
Yeah.
They have
changing light bulbs and laying pipe.
No, I mean, Trevor got around. Like he would know all of these like weird like cloisters and stuff. You know, all these like different things. And I feel like Brendan, you would do that like as well. You would just be curious like that. And
well, I mean, the thing that makes me like most excited is just like you got, I mean, like all of my best buddies are there.
Dude, yeah. When you roll, if you could get a few more Brendan type people to come to New York, you could create a different.
The city would change. Like I'd be the mayor. I'd be Fiorello LaGuardia. I won't say my last name.
You'd be Mario Cuomo.
I would be Mario. Mario. Just
the
Mario.
Good, the good one, Mario.
Yeah, exactly. Mario. Played by Bob Hoskins.
Do you want to do background work? Do you want to come to?
No, I mean, I 100% want to be an actor. Like, I mean, like I found my, I love performing. That's something that I absolutely love.
Because I was thinking, if you wanted to, and you can do whatever you and follow your thespian path.
Sure, porno.
As I have done, you can do porno too. But if you want to do background work and kind of get you into doing that, so you can already get gigs, like a job, have some money coming in.
Yeah.
Figure out how to get you into the union. There's ways around it, but once you get into the union,
Yeah. I understand that. I think. Do you do theater still, Anthony, or
I would love to. I did the worst theater show. The worst play I've ever done in my life was the show I did in January of 2019, and then everything shut down in February.
No, Jade.
And
2020.
Sorry, was it 2020? Everything shut down. 2020. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, it was January 2020. I did this show and I rehearsed it in December in 2019. Anyway, it was the worst thing I'd ever done. And it was really, really terrible. And then this lockdown happened. I was like, damn, if that's my last time on stage, That's really sad.
No, that can't be. That can't be. But I will say this: that the most like the most abundant pussy I've ever gotten is when I did the High School Musical. I was in the High School Musical.
Oh yeah.
It was like, wow. Like I was like I was like Michael Jordan and Michael Jackson combined.
Yeah.
I was the greatest person, and I was like pointing, at women. I was like, yes.
You're like Conrad Birdie.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was
you're naturally talented.
Thank you.
And your videos you're great. Those are awesome. So good. 2-minute short films.
The promos are excellent.
Promos for your show. So good. Just immediately starting off. So, and that's like just with you doing that.
Yeah. Thank you.
So I think, when people see that, that's talent, man. Chicks dig that shit.
Thank you. I kind of think of myself as the next Joe Dante.
What about Spike? You could be like Spike Jones.
Dude, well, yeah. So one of my biggest influences is that guy Kaufman. I think Charlie Kaufman and I have a lot in common. Except that he's a bigger pussy than I am. But nevertheless, I admire his work big time.
Oh, we should do one time. We should do Synecdoche.
Let's do that. I love that movie, and
I still haven't seen that.
Hoffman is the greatest actor that maybe ever lived, and
isn't the secret of that movie that he's trans? Because they keep mistaking him for a woman. Maybe that's Miss Doubtfire. I don't know.
I'm trans. There's a scene where he's like on his back and he's like flopping around. He's like, I'm sick.
Yeah.
But instead it's him. He's like, I'm trans. Oh man, he's great in that. But
he's so funny when he's talking about his daughter and he's like, she's a child. The way that he just got super intense. He was
the best. Like when he
really
died, I that was genuine melancholy. I mean,
really sad.
I don't usually get upset. I'm like, all right, like, yeah, whatever. Michael K. Williams, like, yeah, he was great on The Wire 20 years ago. Like,
right.
I've not heard from him. Like, if I was his brother, I'd be, beside myself. But like, we don't.
Whoa. What do you mean by that?
Like if I was black, like
all right, you got it. Somebody got it.
I mean, he was
first
great.
Black
Like, don't get me
guy
wrong.
to die
Like, he
of
was
a
great, but I haven't
heroin
thought about him. Like Bob Dylan is gonna die soon, probably. Right? I mean, Bob Dylan. I haven't listened to anything since Highway 61 Revisited. Like, I mean, okay, like, yeah, I mean, an icon.
1967.
Yeah, exactly. So,
well, John Ritter died on 9/11/2003.
He was in the movie of the last Christmas episode.
Definitely the greater tragedy.
Yeah. The 8 rules for blowing up my financial towers.
What?
He was
every 9/11 I watch Problem Child and Problem Child 2 in honor. That's me, like hanging the flag at half-mast.
So I thought the Problem Child kid was the young Pete from Pete and Pete. Am I wrong? Is that wrong?
You were
that's
wrong.
dead wrong.
You were definitely wrong. Yeah.
Did that kid turn out okay?
No chance.
Well, hold on.
No chance any of them did. By the way,
that kid was not a star. That guy could be perfectly
doesn't
well
matter,
adjusted.
Wolfman.
He looks like he was going to grow up to be a contractor or a bartender or something.
Guarantee you the kid's injecting heroin into the tip of his penis right now. I mean,
he's even alive. He might have he might be trans. He might be trans. He might not have a penis.
The 8 rules. The 8 rules for dating my trans daughter. Number one.
He's working on rebooting the franchise. He's going to call it Problem Ken.
My hair is so long now that sometimes I feel like I get mistaken for trans.
Really?
Because I'll see trans, lady. I see trans guys on the subway and they basically just look like me, but they're wearing lipstick.
These trans ladies, these quote unquote trans ladies, like they don't even care about whether they have facial hair or not.
No, yeah. There's
Right.
so I think I get mistaken for trans because
I get super upset at them. I'm like, hey, listen, if you're gonna suck my cock, you need to shave a little bit. Like,
yeah.
you need to keep
Pretend
up
a little bit here.
yeah, exactly.
Do some
Help me.
acting.
Get into character.
Yeah.
Some acting.
Maybe she's like a
And
trans
I'm like,
Persian.
hey, this is
lady.
Chris Sarandon. You know,
No,
like,
if I'm gonna go gay, it's gonna have to be with like a Twinkie femboy wig wearing good old fashioned drag queen, like what Lou Reed was into.
Tu Wong Fu, Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, exactly.
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 Yeah.
Well, probably more like John Leguizamo.
Dude,
Yeah,
Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo. I mean, forget about it. Like,
That's
he
a
doesn't
mouthy
even-
Latina. You
that,
love
that fucking guy doesn't even have to put on that fucking guy doesn't even have to put on a wig. For me,
Yeah.
get him in the room.
Get me Leguizamo.
That's Latin triple X.
Yeah, Latin
Yeah.
Triple X.
Yeah.
Doesn't Vin Diesel even have a line in that movie where he's like the pornos? I don't know. Maybe not. Check 5-0.
I don't know how
I've
they. I
never
don't know
seen-
how Vin Diesel has.
He's so great.
He
He's
is
so great.
the lucky guy.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm black, and I didn't even. Well, never mind.
what happened?
Well, I mean, he didn't know. I mean, surprisingly, not. He didn't know his dad, but I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna.
Oh no.
Oh man.
All right, Gremlins.
Are we done? This is it.
That's a good
I
note
feel
to
like-
end on.
yeah,
Vin Diesel never
2.5
met his
hours.
black dad.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Brendan showing his true Latin colors by shitting on black people.
Vin Diesel?
Am I wrong? Is Vin Diesel not black?
I think he's a black Italian, right?
He's like half black, half Italian.
Yeah, Diesel.
Uh,
It's
In
the,
other words,
yeah.
classic
the
Italian name.
blackest person that ever lived.
Right.
He's like the same combination as The
he's
Rock.
Italian. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, exactly. That's the thing. He's like The Rock. He's like Joe Rogan.
I'm gonna
Right.
go out on a limb and say he's invested in gold. No? God, forget it.
Who?
Wolfman,
Vin
Wolfman,
Diesel.
I don't understand your joke. but
Because he's black and
I love
Italian.
them
I thought you were saying
Forget
he was
it.
Jewish.
because he's Italian. He's one up, like his Italian dad one upped by having sex with the black woman. It's like, we're moving up in the racial hierarchy. Okay,
Probably.
wow. Okay, wow. This is taking a turn. I'm sorry. I don't agree with what I just said. I was just trying to interpret.
You were just riffing.
Yeah. Sorry. What were we talking about? Turner Diaries?
Turn it down. Yeah. So Gremlins.
Hey, there's the Gremlins series coming to HBO Max.
Is it really? Is it really?
Yes.
Is it
As
directed
of-
by Paul
mentioned-
Thomas
As of
Anderson?
February.
We probably
it's
mentioned
official?
Gremlins like twice on the whole 3 hours we've been talking.
For the record, Brendan he's not a racist. He is a person of color. So
Oh, well, you're just digging the hole now.
Detective
I thought you were saying
Wolfman
person of
is,
interest in hate crime.
Keep going.
Detective Wolfman is in fact black. And
You weren't offended by okay, so Detective Wolfman, as a black man,
Word.
I didn't say anything that offended you, right?
I mean, not me, but you know what? You think just because I'm a black man, I speak for everybody?
Holy shit.
Oh my god, I have so much to learn.
Brendan, you
Yeah,
walked in.
there's so much work left to do, Brendan.
I need to just listen and learn.
Yeah.
I did get on one of those like Twitter spaces that was like about interracial dating, where it's just like all black people talking about it. And the guy was like talking about how Native Americans aren't even really the real Native Americans, that black people are indigenous to the United States.
Oh yeah.
And I was
Oh,
like,
one of
okay,
those.
cool, go off. I guess so.
That's that Hotep shit.
It kind of bothered me as an indigenous North American. As the Aztec Joker, I was a little bit offended, but I didn't say anything.
So yeah, that's a subject that Gremlins doesn't touch on.
Well, that's like, it's like, okay, yeah. So are we supposed to believe that like the Gremlins are the indigenous people to North America?
No,
What?
no. Listen, I'm saying it right now. The Gremlins did not build the railroads here.
No, that was the Chinaman.
That was the Chinaman.
They built half of it.
Dude, how fucked up is that? That it was, but it's really not that fucked up. But
What?
let's just pretend that it's fucked up that we like invited the Chinese here, which I don't think we did do that, but they built the railroad and then we kicked them back out
Yeah.
after the railroad was built.
I mean, after drinking Baijiu, I don't blame them.
Fair.
No, not only that, they made it like impossible. They made like this tax. They had a special tax if you were Chinese. Because what was going on was, now this is why it was all fair and in all fairness in a way, like, yeah, they're not giving them their full wages, but at the same time, what they were doing was they were sending everything they got back to China.
Right.
So they were sending their money back out of the country.
Dollar. Yeah.
And so they're sending literal. That's back when they were like, it was like silver. They were sending
Sure.
silver,
It's like it was like it's like they get a like we hand them a buck, they send it back to China, and they've just sent a fortune back.
Yeah. And so they were like, oh, okay. So when they got to during the gold rush, you had Chinese guys like coming in to try to mine shit, and they I don't know. I mean, in a way, I get it. I totally get it. But
well, I'm a friend of the Chinese. I love orange chicken.
Did you? I do too. I love General Tso's chicken. I'm not a fan of. First of all, what you were talking about, Trevor, about the Baijiu is correct. This stuff is very offensive. It is an assault on the chest and on the palate. But at a certain point, that shit tastes good.
And I noticed that you drank like most of the bottle already.
Fucking knocking it back until you turn into a literal gremlin wearing popcorn bag on your head going, yeah! That's what I was doing last night.
Riding a ceiling fan.
And so, but in terms of the China experience, my Chinese experience stops at General Tso's chicken. That's about as Asian as I like. Not as Asian, as Chinese as I get. Japan, I've been to Japan. I even been to South Korea. I liked what they were. I was fine with what was going on.
You were picking up what they were putting down.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, they opened at my mall. Go ahead. Sorry, Anthony.
So in Japan, I like what they do. The culture, the food, everything. China. I don't like dim sum. I don't like really anything from China. But I did like this Baijiu.
Well, maybe it's the gateway.
Brendan, what happened?
Well, I was just gonna say at the mall that I do my show from, it hasn't opened yet, but there is a Korean, I'm not shitting you, a Korean corn dog.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they got that here too.
That's opening up. So
that sounds delicious.
I'm
curious. Yeah, I'm curious about it. So
they're crazy dogs.
But dude,
they're crazy. They're crazy. China, Mogwai. I like that they're just like, well, yeah. This
you know what Mogwai means?
If there was going to be a little beast, it would be from China. This little demon.
Oh, totally.
It's devil.
That's the thing is it's they're Chinese. It's just this is the threat of the Chinese
menace. Could this be this? Yeah. Could this be this like 40 fucking year buildup to? Do you think that we'll go to war with China?
I'm not confident that we will go to war with China. Right now, I don't think it'll happen. But it depends. I mean, if we get a Republican back in office, it could happen. But man, my enthusiasm for defending a place like Taiwan is low on the list.
Yeah.
Like if I say, oh, I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and I can't pay my rent. Oh yeah. Let's spend all our money on fighting Taiwan's battles.
Is that where Tibet is?
No, Tibet
No.
is in is like in the Himalayas, but Taiwan is its own island that claims to be free China.
But
Like, they're like,
which
we're
is the one
capitalist China?
Which is the one that the Dalai Lama can't go back to?
Tibet.
Tibet.
But listen,
But let the Beastie
stopped-
Boys worry about that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we
You know.
stopped caring about that when Adam Yauch died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna pick that up. That's gonna be my thing. That's my thing.
Taiwan is
Tibet.
allegedly like where Chiang Kai-shek, who was like the nationalist leader of China before the communists, he fled to Taiwan, and that was like that's a free capitalist China in exile, and so China could eat. I mean, it would be such a cinch for China to invade that little island and basically say, okay, this is China now. Why we don't have the political capital or the political will to fight for Taiwan right now.
Do you think that we should be culturally taken over by China?
No, no, absolutely not. But
what about culturally taken over by Japan?
That would be sick, and
That would be pretty
I think
sick.
Japan is way cooler.
Hey, that's a good idea on paper. I think in practice that would be horrifying, because think about it. You go ride a Japanese subway, you know, all the advertisements, the little things you see, where to get off and how to go find the bathroom, it's all cartoons, it's all little anime people.
Yeah.
So you would have an even more infantilized American culture if Japan colonized us, put its seed in us, and did what we essentially did to Japan back after the bomb. So I think that would be, I think that'd be a horror story.
Yeah,
I think
those
Japan's good as Japan.
Yeah,
Okay,
those people fuck even less than us.
But here's,
Exactly.
True
here's
too.
my thing is always that I want it to be a Latin America, that I think that America is going to thrive as a Latin American dictatorship,
Okay.
and that
So
we're
a
gonna
third
get
world,
we're going to
basically.
get a Pinochet like.
We're gonna thrive when we become the third world.
I mean, you said it, not me. But I mean, what?
Damn,
Like what?
Brandon is turning into Bane on this show.
Are we not? I mean, what do we have? What do we have? Any, do you guys have any illusions that we're going to somehow return to being some kind of like Anglo Enlightenment Republican? You know, like no, we're not going back. Like Thomas Jefferson is dead. Like we either have to embrace Latin American dictatorship, which, by the way, I would make a great Latin American dictator, or we become some kind of client state of the Chinese commies, or what are we now? What even are we now? We're like the DMV government. We're the DMV the country or something like that.
Yeah.
You mean like bureaucracy?
Like what are we? We're not an Enlightenment republic anymore, as far as I can tell. I mean, I feel like the strongest government that we have in our whole country is in DeSantis's Florida. Like the federal government is weaker than the state government of Florida.
I mean, yeah, that's going to be the new Israel.
But I don't like Florida. As an Arizonan, I don't agree that Florida should be the based. Like Arizona is the Republic of America. It just so happens that the Maricopa County Democrats and the Pima County Democrats stole the election.
Yeah.
But we actually voted. I mean, if you came here and you spent 20 minutes in even Phoenix, which is a Democratic stronghold, you would see that we are a red state.
But Brendan,
yeah.
Brendan,
Yes.
I guarantee you'd have better luck getting laid in Florida than you do in
Oh
Arizona.
yeah, that's true.
Well,
Good call.
that's I've lived in Arizona 5 years and I haven't had sex once, so you're probably right.
I think
Women
you
in
gotta.
Cuba.
I think you gotta let Arizona go, just like Thomas Jefferson.
Well, and that's the thing is that I'm part of the Reconquista.
Well, I think what DeSantis would have to do.
But I'm not going to go to Florida.
You're gonna take
I'll go to
Manhattan.
New York. Yeah. Yes.
You're gonna take Manhattan, like Jason.
Yeah,
like the Muppets.
but for real.
Yeah, the Muppets.
Yeah.
That was the good one.
I'm Gonzo, god damn it. And I just like turned my penis upside down over my balls.
Is that the
I'm Gonzo.
Puppetry of the penis.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
I mean, but what did I just say? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know anything about politics. That's the other thing.
I think you said you were running for governor of Arizona.
That's true. That's true. I am running for governor of Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that that would definitely change your situation with the
Well,
ladies.
but the problem is that it would take 2 seconds. It would be like, Brendan, am running for governor of Arizona, and then it would be like the next shot on the news screen would be like, hey baby, like show me your pussy. It would be like a DM, and it would be like I'd be done.
That's how Trump won. You could do it.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly
Yeah.
right. I'd be like,
Yeah.
yeah, I was horny. Like what?
yeah,
Yeah, you just gotta
every
lean
man
into it.
responds to that. Yeah,
I can't believe that people still don't like they still don't understand at least that Trump was funny.
He was hysterical.
They're still warped.
They're like he was low class.
Guys,
Yeah, this
he was
from
the
people who have no
funniest
fucking
guy.
class at all.
he was the funniest guy you could ever have in that office.
He's the
yes,
funniest
maybe
person that ever
bad,
lived.
but maybe that's bad, right? You don't want to have your thing as a joke or whatever, but don't. What I'm saying is, look at it as something that was that as a piece of art.
Sure, at least.
At the very least, look at it as a piece of art, and also, sorry to inform them, but like he represented everything that America is, that we like, that we love, that we want. I mean, he was a wrestling guy. He was on WWF and shit. It's like that's who we are. And I think a lot of people, when they think about America, it's like they don't know who we are, even though they're from here. It's really weird. It's like I think it's like it's too big to be.
Well, yeah, because you always hear people, you see it in headlines all the time where there's like, oh, there are really 2 Americas. And it's like, no, there's really like 15 or 16. Like culturally, you could break this place up into several like self-sustaining countries that are unified around a culture. I'm not saying we should do that economically, but it like if you drove through this country and you weren't from here, like if you didn't know what the borders were, you could easily trick like some dunce into thinking they were entering a different country.
I agree.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. If you look at I was just thinking, if you look at Gremlins. and the influence of China, right? And you look at like what the
China.
what the Gremlins do. What the Gremlins do to the town is what they do is first they destroy the movies, which the Chinese government has done.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Then they destroy the small businesses, which Chinese have done as well. Right? They destroy
And the
the
mean
small
old lady.
businesses. They destroy the movie theaters. They destroy everything.
Yeah.
And what happens is the Chinese guy comes up at the end. The old Chinese guy comes back and he's like,
oh, so sorry.
he's like, maybe one day you will be ready.
That's
But
Japanese.
now you are not ready.
Yeah. Get your stereotypes straight.
He's like, you're not ready for this, but maybe one day you will be ready for this. He wants to say goodbye to you.
Oriental wisdom.
It's like, bye, Billy. How did this shit not sell? Why are they not remaking this already?
They are.
They are. It comes out soon, probably next week. Next.
Yeah, we're current.
No. Is this really coming out? Is
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, it is. Yeah, that's funny though. All
Is
right.
it really?
Yeah, there's really.
Google Gremlins 2021. It's happening.
Only
I
Billy
feel like
Peltzer.
Jay is saying that it like he wrote it. He wrote and directed.
Yeah.
The protagonist is going to be a
Wait,
black
it's
girl,
called Secrets of the Mogwai.
and
What
the
about
gremlin
Judge
comes from
Reinhold?
Russia.
Did we talk about Judge Reinhold? Like he disappeared.
What?
Was
Yeah.
he in this movie? What? No, he was in
Yeah.
National Lampoon's
Judge
something
Reinhold
vacation with
was in,
Bryan
was in
Cranston.
like the first 15 minutes, and then
With Phoebe Cates again.
Yeah,
Wait a second, wait a second.
He never gets his comeuppance.
no, we never see him fucking again.
Yeah.
Wait,
Like
Yeah.
This is real.
Deleted scenes, perhaps.
Yeah.
This is
It's like a deleted scene of like Judge Reinhold like at a Chinese rub and tug. Like,
Yeah, Phoebe Cates
Like
catches her jacking
Gremlins
off
jerking
again.
him off. Like,
yeah. The old Chinese guy, he's like, no, sorry, can't help you with Gremlin. But yeah. I
So,
don't know.
Secrets of the Mogwai is an upcoming American animated fantasy comedy streaming television series
Oh, I'm sure it's a fucking laugh a minute.
that is
It's
set
about
to
a
be released on
Latinx.
HBO.
It's about a Latinx lesbian gremlin.
It's going to come out in 2022 on HBO Max.
Yeah, that's where I watched Gremlins on HBO Max.
Secrets of the is a prequel.
Jesus.
It's a sequel prequel.
Oh, well, that's why
Yeah,
they're
it's
doing
very
it. They're just
promising.
gonna set the whole thing in China.
Yeah,
Get all those dollars.
It's about It's about an upcoming Chinaman who jacks off a gremlin.
Mhm. And
Oh.
unleashes
Had
a
a
worldwide
massage.
plague.
I feel like I feel like
yeah, and then there's the COVID analogies we could.
Oh my
drop
God.
in this.
Oh, so that's another thing. So my suspension of disbelief was strained the farthest at the very beginning when we're in this guy's little curio shop, and this old Chinese guy has this mogwai and he's not eating it. Give me a break.
oh my god.
Come on.
Oh wow.
They do
wow.
eat anything that crawls or swims. It's true.
Hey, you know what? That's pretty based.
Yeah, the fucking base.
No, I'm on their page with that.
Dude, well, okay, so you guys had Yarvin on the show, right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Like I mean, he loves doesn't he idolize the Chinese?
Gremlins?
Yeah, doesn't
Did
he
you
love
ask him about Gremlins?
Doesn't he?
on the show?
Yeah.
Curtis
Oh, we
Yarvin,
should've.
he's got a whole section on his Substack about Gremlins.
He's got fan fiction he's
You
written.
can subscribe
Well, yeah, no,
to the
he's-
Gremlins fan fiction Substack.
I read the first 3 chapters of Murray Futterman Mindset
Well,
by Curtis Yarvin.
Well, this is the year we've done this show now for a year.
Mhm.
And this show has had its arc.
Mhm.
And we got another co-host on here. We
That's where
found
you
a
jumped
little
the shark.
groove. But it's okay. We needed an anonymous avatar voice thing where it's like this sort of a little bit of a danger element here.
I think it's wrong that we can't see the guy. Like, I'm
Yeah,
sure
I do
you
too.
get
I do
Wolfman
too.
is hot as hell.
Yeah.
I
You
am.
should show yourself. You on this year-end episode. You should face docs right now.
No. I
Could
will.
you put
I will
your
want
name
that.
and address?
because he's
on
jerking
the
off the
Express?
whole time. That's
Could you
why.
hold up a piece of mail to verify your name is Wolfman?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't want you to see my first name.
Okay.
It's like I face docs and I look like the Elephant Man.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. Well, and also you have stuff going on like I didn't make this podcast. They
Yeah,
just
but-
asked me to be on it.
But I read your awesome Apocalypse Confidential piece.
Well,
about-
Yeah.
I read yours as well, and it was great. But
Mm.
but so that's the thing. Once I get if I can keep more stuff going on, yeah, I'll eventually face docs.
All right.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen one
Fair
day.
enough.
The important thing is name doxing, because I faced docs well before I became Brendan. I was Gorgonzola Man.
Classic.
That I decided, well, you know what? If I'm gonna be writing, maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll go down in history for some of the things I do that I don't want it on my tomb, like Gorgonzola.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
You
But,
talked about that in your latest episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I completely understand, but Detective Wolfman
Is better than
mu-
that.
is much
Much-
cooler than my Christian name.
Oh, I see. Your Christian name, Don Travius.
Yes.
Clancy?
So we got a co-host. I started this show because I really loved listening to podcasts, and in particular, it was the Perfume Nationalist.
Oh, I think that's the Helen of Troy of podcasts.
Yes, yes. He's
Yeah.
the Andy Warhol of the podcast world. He turned it into an art.
He did.
And Orton as well. Jack and Orton as well. I would tune in for, because Jack is a gay man. I would also tune in for Orton's takes from a straight man's angle as well.
You wanted the straight talk.
But also the
straight talk express.
Go into the gay poetry as well. We're gonna go through the gay poetry. Turn it into this like beautiful. Yeah, it's a beautiful stream of consciousness, of open thought, of like going down the. So started this podcast because of that. We end up talking with Jack, getting him on the show to pump up the volume.
I
We
was
get you
there.
on the show from. I know you were there. You were there.
That was a great time.
Elroy Boys. I'm introduced to as I'm going through the Perfume Nationalist, and also I guess Red Scare. What else? There's other stuff that's coming up, and Elroy Boys are popping up. Oh, what's the Elroy Boys? And so that was also a show that I was very inspired by, because of just the way that you guys all gel with each other was really cool. The Tres Amigos was key for me. And so, then we started talking to Wolfman. I see his tweets.
Dude, Wolfman is the best. Like he's the guy's got a style.
Oh, thanks, guys.
The guy's got a style.
He's got a swag.
He does.
And I had been listening to
Wolfman. You really going on all those dates? Like,
yeah, man. I listen. I don't bullshit with the. If I have a tweet that sounds mundane, it's real.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was listening to Curtis Yarvin was popped up as well.
Yeah. Granted, I make it
circle into the same.
I make it sound more fun than it often is.
Oh, you're dating?
Yeah, man. I'm out there.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's
Curtis
right.
Yarvin's even dating, as we've seen on the.
Yeah, man. That broad's not even cold yet.
Oh.
Do you follow any of his stuff?
I don't.
I think.
I mean, he was an early. I mean, the mold bug shit like really connected with me when I was going through an ideological crisis.
Yeah.
I mean, he meant a lot to me, but the thing is that I disconnected because during the COVID thing, like he seemed to be like more of an alarmist and like using it as an opportunity to advocate for like a stronger government. Whereas I think the government is gay and I wish there was less of it. But I mean, that's kind of where I landed, in my ideological journey. But I'm not that sophisticated of a political thinker either. So he could be right and I wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah, what drew me to his stuff was more of his Machiavellian like stance.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
he
kind of how I've always.
Yeah, he observes the structures of power as a. I guess I would just say like. He outlines a pretty compelling case for how, like power structures work, but he might not be right, but he does. He's very charming. I think he's cool. So, and I hope that he got to have sex during that whole period where he was dating that one woman.
Oh yeah, I think he's done with that.
I think he's probably getting a lot of pussy right now, which is awesome. Like that's what I want. Like that's why I'm involved in podcasting at all.
Oh shit, Brendan.
Yeah.
You gotta recreate the mole bug photos where he's in the leather jacket.
Ooh.
Put that on your fucking dating profile.
Yep, done, Wolfman. Thank you. Good call.
Or if nothing else, put it on your Twitter profile.
I think in a way that's not entirely. Yeah, I think with Yarvin is that he's very himself,
Yeah, yeah,
and in Brendan you're also yourself,
yeah.
and there's a similar sort of vibe. So if you got Yarvin on the show, it's the Yarvin show.
Yeah, sure.
And now when we had you on earlier, now it's different. Now when you have Brendan on, it's kind of the Brendan show, and that's a good thing. Now you've got this own vibe. Now it's like if he shows up, whatever the show was gonna be, we're now going down a different road, and I like that. That's good. That's spontaneous.
But yeah, well,
I like that. I like that.
You.
No, you come in, you move it. Yeah, that's what makes your show so good too. So good too. Like and LowRes as well. The shows that I've been really liking now is like shows that like they go off into this. It's just what are we? You don't even you don't know where you were at 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of fun.
Good spot.
That's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what I aspire to is just kind of like we're gonna be moving. We're gonna be moving through topics. It's not fixed, it's not fixed. And LowRes and I are gonna talk about John Cassavetes 1 minute, and we're gonna talk about him meeting Robin Williams and Ben Affleck the next. And
John Cassavetes met Robin Williams and Ben Affleck. That sounds like quite the time.
yeah.
LowRes, I did a show on a LowRes show, and his co-host Hans was like puking all over. He was
Jesus, that has not seen the light of
alcohol
day yet.
poisoning.
Well, LowRes is one of the most talented people.
He's the biggest motherfucking hustler I've ever met.
I mean, he's
motherfucker's hustling. He's
I
working.
agree. And I think I said that. I might have even accused him of being a hustler on the show.
Every day I'm hustling.
And he's still, and all he's fueled on is steel cut oats and Newport Reds.
Yeah,
Newport Reds.
Right. That's the fucking Chinese diet.
No, that's not true. No. Low keeps a pretty good. You keep a pretty good regimen, right? You don't really do you get fucked up a lot? You're a vegan, right? Aren't you vegan?
I'm a vegetarian. No, I don't really. I don't.
You're a
dabble too much in
vegan. Come on.
Well, no. If I'm gonna do anything at all, I'll save it for when I'm out of state, because I do all my work mainly here. So if I do that, then it's gonna. I'm just like I'm trying to save myself any hassle when it comes to I gotta edit this podcast, I gotta do this clip, I gotta do this. It's too much. So I try to mitigate it. I try to compartmentalize that as much as I can to whenever I'm already doing something else.
Are you completely finished now with Mass State Lottery in terms of the principal photography and all that? Are you on the post and that's it, or what do you got?
I gotta get a couple of inserts, but for the most part, yeah, it's done. It's just about ready to go.
And I'm impressed. I'm impressed with your fortitude on the Mass State Lottery thing. Like,
they've been putting you through the paces.
I mean, yeah, you've received cease and desist.
Yeah. Well, they've been quiet lately.
Yeah,
I'm hoping they stay quiet just long enough for me to sell this and make it somebody else's problem. So
for sure.
If I can find a distributor before then, peachy keen.
Nice.
How are you doing? You sound like you have COVID.
Yeah, I'm very under the weather. I feel like shit. I feel fucking terrible right now.
Do you have COVID right now?
I don't think I do, but my taste disappeared today.
Oh no! You have COVID.
So,
dude. I mean, it sounds like at one out of every 2 people in New York has COVID right now.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
but it's a good luck. I've never. I don't believe
Good
it's
luck.
real.
I'm not gonna pass away. I'm gonna be fine. I got places to go. People to
LowRes,
see.
dude. It's been real. It's been real, dude. It's been real.
Well,
You said you don't believe it's real.
I don't. I think COVID is fake. I think it's the flu.
That's what I'm pretty sure it's just the flu, but who knows? If I'm dead before the release of this, Anthony, you got my final moments on video. So cherish it. This is what is this? Brad Renfro in what was it? The Informers? What was the movie he did before?
Yeah.
he overdosed?
Imagine the possibilities.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Okay, look, guys. I want to go. I want to go. Like it's been 3 hours. Like I would like to just watch
I gotta
Entourage.
go too.
I would like to just watch Entourage for the next hour before I go.
You gonna watch the movie?
You're not having fun? It's not fun?
It's been 3 hours of fun. Like what do you want me to
But
say?
we still didn't talk about Gremlins.
Yeah.
What's Gremlins? I don't even fucking know what that shit is. I never even heard of it.
This is just Christmas dinner with your family, Brandon. That's all it is. I don't understand. I guess it's time for bed. I guess it's time we all get.
I have
some
COVID.
rest.
I have COVID. I have to go to bed.
Okay, so thank you for joining us on this journey. And we'll see you in the new year. And thank you to LowRes, thank you to Brendan, thank you to Detective Wolfman, thank you to everybody who's been on the show. Thank you to Mr. Beveridge, who always adds his expertise. This has been fun.
Oh my God, it's been a blast.
Yeah.
But for the love of God, end it.
Let's before he gets started again.
I mean, this should be. We could do this every night. I mean, for 3 hours. But
I mean,
yeah. We all got to piss. We're all tired.
I've pissed twice.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that's the beauty of
non-advantage,
not face fagging.
Yeah, I just mute my mic. I have to kind of shimmy my laptop into the bathroom with me so I can keep hearing everything.
You just do you do a safe pee, a sit pee?
No, I set my laptop on the sink.
He puts a mute on.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, I've done a lot of mute peeing. Like like unmute, hold stream, unmute, like yeah, absolutely mute. Pee.
You aim for the back of the bowl so you can keep it silent.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You
Happy
filthy
Christmas.
animals.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Wait. Before we do this, can you just give me just humor me, okay? What is your favorite Christmas song? And we'll go in clockwork. So we'll go with Wolfman first, and we'll go. No, I don't know where we go. Go Wolfman.
Off the top of my head, it's Christmas Wrapping by the Waitresses.
Okay.
It's got a mean sax riff. You should listen to it.
Say it one more time.
Christmas Wrapping by the Waitresses.
Okay. Trevor?
Carol of the Bells by the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Metal.
Brendan?
Silent Night.
By anyone?
Sinatra. I mean, he's the best, but it doesn't matter. I mean, that's a beautiful melody and lyrics.
Low?
What was it? Was it Lindsey Buckingham's Vacation theme song, Christmas edition? That's a
Yeah.
Yeah, good call.
Mine is the Little Drummer Boy by the Harry Simeon Chorale. Okay, so Merry Christmas to all.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.